Welcome to Leederville Oval for the 1999 A-Reserve Grand Final. It's Tim McCallum from Scarborough here with co-commentators Robbo and Brownie from Uni. What do you think, boys?
Well, thanks very much, Tim. Yes, it's a lovely day for football, and we're just about to see the game get underway.
Yes, Sam. Big Graham Jones got it out of centre for Scarborough, and I think that's Kane Gillespie on the bottom of that pack, surrounded by 3 or 4 university guys
Yes,
going in hard at the
wrapped
ball.
up there by Tim Chitterone, a lovely tackle, and we'll try and get it away again.
Grant, just the bench for University, Taviano, Gordon and Smith at this stage.
Thanks, Paul.
Graham Jones, the A-Reserve Association fairest and best, tapped it over. Chris Rule down from A-grade last week. Does a magnificent left foot soccer. The big Stormy, big number 24 from Scarborough. But the Uni boys are recovered
Well,
on
good
the
defence
ground.
there from University. The Axel and a few others there, jumping on the ball and forcing the ball up.
And Seamus Rafferty, the mad Irishman from Trinity Aquinas, umpiring today with Lindsay, the other guy, not sure what his surname is.
Very difficult to get good umpires these days, obviously.
Roger Fitzpatrick picks it off the pack, runs in and kicks the first goal for Scarborough for the 1999 A-Reserve Grand Final. Roger Fitzpatrick, lucky to be out there this week, has been on night shift with Western Power all week and is to front the amateur committee next week following the A-grade game.
Very opportunistic goal, well rode off the pack, and a good start for Scarborough.
Yeah, Scarborough just pushing the ball forward there into the forward line, and it's paid off at the end of the day. Keep pushing it forward, keep it in front of you, and end up with a major. First major for
Often the way in a grand final, the first goal, sharked off the pack. Everyone's just a little bit nervous in the early stages of the first quarter.
And the Uni boys, Robbo, kicking with, what would you say, 3-goal breeze?
I wouldn't go that far, Tim.
No.
Struggling to see the windsock at the minute. It's a very swirling breeze, no doubt.
Rafferty bounces in the centre. Jonesy up again and wins his 3rd tap in a row. Kane Gillespie again on the ground.
Well tackled by the Oak Dog. Very scrambly in the middle, Tim.
Yeah, it is. The boys are going in pretty hard, but pretty fair at this stage, as you expect from these two sides.
Without doubt.
Young Jonesy, how long has he been playing football?
Jonesy's been playing for, I think he worked out 33 years. He's 39 very soon, but still playing tremendous football.
Very fast on the holding the ball decision there, but Bob Bucat from University, a good tackle and drives University forward.
Right, Shepherd to contest. Right, Shepherd taps it down well, shark by number 2 from Scarborough. Palms it out, they've got numbers out here. Good Shepherd applied out there and drives it on the left up.
They'll clear it away here, Tim, I think.
Glenn Herman's a natural left footer there. Hillstone caught behind, but picked up there
Intercepted by Gordon.
Greg Gordon, is it?
Oh, slightly too much weight on the kick.
And Mark Pears, that is for Scarborough, the managing director of APG Homes, one of the major sponsors for Scarborough.
Very well. Opportunistic sponsorship inclusion there.
Out onto the wing, that's young Skinny. Kicks on, long under half forward. Jay Boffey there.
Well done,
Shot
Jack
caught
Berry.
behind. That's great play there by
Mark
the big
Foster,
fella.
handball astray. Very
it out.
scrambly out there on the outer wing. Chance for Uni to clear though, Dog.
Mark Ryder drives it long up to true centre-half forward position.
Good spoil there by Belly. Once again, Glenn Herman's picked up left footer on that far wing over to Freak. Freak, another left footer, does a wobbly punt, but the boundary umpires called it out of bounds.
Out of bounds, halfway between the wing and University's half-forward flank.
Probably 2 to 3 kicks from goal, Paul.
I'd imagine so, Robbo.
Sorry. 2 of your own, of course. But
I was going to say 2 or 3, that'd be a pretty good kick.
Or
No
one
Warren
story.
Dean torpedo.
that Jones boy in the ruck's playing very well, although sharp by Gordon from Uni. Long kick into the half-forward line.
Ill-directed.
Back of the pack. A danger ball here for Scarborough. Bryce Shepherd, surely held without the ball. Not forthcoming. Well defended by Scarborough, though, and again a contested ball.
Good bump. Puts him down. Taps it out.
Ball is in contest again.
There he goes, Big Giles. He handballs out to Parksy. Over the top
Over the
now.
top to the Foster. The left footer needs to come inboard or find a right foot. He has the right foot. Centres it, top of the square.
Scarborough got numbers there. There's 4 or 5 at the full of the ball.
Is that Jones back
Big
there
Jonesy
again?
back there again, the
Covering
old custodian.
Covering some ground already.
He's had a checkered career. He played half a dozen games for the Sydney Swans in the Edelson era before coming back and helping Subi win a grand final. And he's been a bit of a mercenary looking for money. But he taps out, wins another knock. He hasn't lost one today.
3 though. Mark Foster, the University half forward, chips in over the top of Park. Ball's free again. Dog.
On the left.
Will it carry? It's through. It's through. That's the even the University were sorely looking for, and it's one goal, all even 5 minutes into the first quarter.
Just Greg Erkstein's skill there. I mean, he's a remarkable player. Keeps the ball in front of him. Good skills either foot and very dangerous in front of goal, Grant.
Some of our regular viewers will remember him from last year's grand final when it said that he turned the game on its head and won the game for University, and he'll be very keen to repeat the performance today.
Yes, there is some discrepancies in the scoreboard. He seems to think that he kicked 5 goals, but I think it was about 2 or 3, more to the point.
I think the records will show he did kick 2 goals 4.
Yes, correct.
Umpire Lindsay, no name, bounces into the centre. It's a good bounce. Big Jones, he's up there again. Nullified that time in the ruck. But Jonesy back on the ground for a bloke that age and that size has done well.
Scrambled kick by Bob Bucat into the half-forward line. Scarborough in front here through the tear-away half-back with a lovely handball across, and they may clear on the outer wing.
Greg Gordon, he's had a few possessions, Greg. He's doing well out there. Puts the step on.
Great tap forward there by Glenn Herman.
Out of bounds yet again. Yes, Greg Gordon missed last year's grand final, played every game last year and was unfortunate to be omitted. He'll be keen to atone this year and be part of a winning grand final.
No doubt about that, Grant.
Jones, you gave away front position then to big Bob Bucat, is it?
Yes, it is. Bobby Bucat.
What a great name, Bobby Bucat.
Dr. Bucat.
Dr. Bucat.
Dr. Bucat, is it?
Resident doctor at one of the Perth hospitals.
Over to Darren Kirkwood in the centre. He's once again has played A-grade for the last couple of weeks.
Jones
Over to
again.
Great handball to Matty Sevier. Comes through the centre, kicks long to centre half forward. Big Stormy should have held on to that one.
Cleared here by University through Axel, across to JC, the captain, with a long raking left footer down to a vacant half-forward line. Wybrow leads the ball.
Oh, great courage there by Dave Coleman on the bottom of that pack. Jonesy is everywhere today.
A relayed free kick, is it, Tim, or back to where it started from?
I think it's been relayed down the ground.
Oh, I think that might have been a little bit
The
soft.
coach trying to even things up there.
Quite soft, I think.
You've got to look after the old fella.
Lovely mark from the Scarborough player D. Carton there.
Dominic Carton, known as Stormy. And once again, the umpires have stepped in. The uni player running over the mark, and he's given away 50-odd.
That would be that idiot Seamus again. Very interesting umpiring.
What do you think, Tim? A little bit harsh given the
context of the game.
There didn't seem to be much in it. I think Stormy probably played on. He's kicked it long into the full forward, looking for Maxie Gascoigne, who's under the ball.
Safe mark by Junior Gordo.
How many Gordos we got out there today?
Junior and
That's
senior.
Axe, mate. That's Axe.
Corrected, Axe. Hit number 15.
Oh, Maxie Gascoigne's thrown everything. Boyle probably could have given away a kick, but Uni going to clear
Timmy
now from the
on with
half-back
pace.
line.
Gets a handball out over to Greg Gordon. Bounces up the wing. Looking for his left foot. Trying to draw
That's
the
a
player.
great chase from the
He's
big
only got a
full forward.
right, and that's cost him because number 2's just turned over the ball. Gives it to Scarborough.
Chris Rule kicks forward. Roger Fitzpatrick in front again.
Always pays to be in front of the full forward, and the Scarborough player there showing that certainly.
The uni viewers may remember Roger Fitzpatrick endeavouring to run around in the 1996 A-grade grand final. Managed to run around and fall over and get caught holding the ball.
That just shows you then, Grant and Tim, the turning over the ball just outside 50, very costly for a football side.
Crucial in today's football.
It was an ugly helicopter kick, but Maxie Gascoigne's team, uni boys,
Bob
still
Duke had a
getting it
smart handball to Digby. This is a lovely kick of the football, young Digby.
With the
Although
pass-
he kicked it free, though, to the benefit of the Scarborough side. Hard at the ball, Scarborough.
and the freak clean out. Great shepherd there by Darren Kirkwood. They're the things that make the difference in a game like this.
University with the numbers.
Yeah.
Across to Anthony Hayes, the general. Running strongly through the centre. He's usually a good deliverer of the ball, out in front of Andrew Parker. Unlucky not to pick it up there, and it's cleared by Scarborough.
Would you say he wasn't too keen on picking that up then that time? He looked like he pulled out a little bit.
It looked like he might have been trying to get onto his left before he had the
Great
ball.
play by Mark Ryder then. Front over tackle, but unfortunately another misplaced kick and another
Piers
turnover.
from Scarborough marking the ball, is that right?
That's correct, that's correct.
I think the turnovers are costing Uni at this stage. They need to be more effective with their kicks.
Certainly through the centre line, they are being held up on numerous occasions.
Piers kicks down. Roger Fitzpatrick again having a bit of a purple patch here, the old Rog. Over to Maxie Gascoigne,
Great
but the
play,
fullback
Red
from
Ruler.
Uni did well. Dominic Carton managed to break the tackle. Maxie on the right. He's going to bounce
They've
over
got
his head.
numbers.
University
Hand
player
slips
falls
over.
over. Young
Oh,
hand.
well
done. And he's got time here to steady.
That's
And just
a-
chip it away in the pocket to Mark Ryder. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it in play, and it's out of bounds in the forward pocket for Scarborough. Probably 9 or 10 minutes into the first quarter now, and tied up 1 goal apiece.
Yeah, I think those skill errors might be just affected nerves going into this game. I think they'll calm down in 4 or 5 minutes, the University boys.
Always the way in grand final football.
Chris Rule pings out, comes onto his left foot. Ugly left foot kick, but is it effective? No. Well done
University,
again
John
by
Cleary clears across to Tim Tudor-Owen with a long kick. Now let's try and see how the Uni boys move it through the centre. Simon Wybrow up and down before acceptances.
Darren Kirkwood, very cool under pressure, walked around one over to young Jay Boffey. Boff's got plenty of room. He's also got Dino Gracienis, the roof carpenter from Scarborough.
Lovely spoil from John Cleary there into the middle, though. It is to the benefit of the Scarborough side.
And young Kane Gillespie, known as Sponge, dreadlockless these days after shaving them off.
University, Tim Tudor-Owen again, clearing. Let's clear it a bit better this time, University. And they've done so to Wybrow, who's infringed over the shoulder and will take the free kick.
Yeah, there's a bit of manhandling going on there, but nothing too much
Has
in that.
Bobby Bucat lurking free in the middle, unsure as to where to kick to, will go long down the wing.
Bobby Bucat's not a young man either, is he? Or
No,
he
well
just,
into his
need a
30s,
good
I'd
night's
say
sleep?
now.
Here's Jones. You look at the pace for a man
Speaking
his
of
age.
age, absolutely.
The battle of the old fellas in the ruck today.
University with the numbers again. John Cleary should come through and clear up here for Uni. Does
Well done there by Stormy.
Across to Greg Gordon.
Done the mandatory sling there for the Uni player. And Matty Seaville paid him.
Did he have control of that, Tim?
No, I think it was
Debatable.
only touch and go, but
Marginal.
he paid it today. The umpires are nervous as well as the players.
Certainly. University again falling down across the centre line. Needs to be addressed.
I think the sun was a factor there, Robbo.
May well have been. The sun has come out here on what was a wet morning. A beautiful day for football now, though.
Darren Kirkwood, great kick there to Anthony Randall, known as Skinny. Did his pre-season at Perth Footy Club this year with ex-Scarborough coach Gary Armstrong.
Did he get into a weights program, Tim? That's what I'm
You'd be surprised, actually.
He built himself up incredibly in the off-season, no doubt.
I know we're not talking about wives and girlfriends, but he has one girlfriend I would like to talk about. Young Harriet. Maxie at the front of the pack, sees Dino. Dino has a good look and a steadying kick and puts the second one through for Scarborough. Takes Scarborough to 2 goals straight for University, 1 goal straight at about the 15-minute mark of this first quarter.
It's a very even first quarter, Paul. How have you seen it so far in this little break?
Yeah, it's just a battle of nerves and, you know, a few turnovers for Uni, which probably might have cost them. But, yeah, they're still in the game, there's no doubt about that. Scarborough, though, had a lot of the ball and are doing very well, just knocking it forward, keeping possession, and it's got them a couple of goals.
University defence being tested and thus far standing up. Ball back in the middle. The ruckman to go out of the game. It's a lovely bounce from the umpire. Won again by Jones, or slightly contested really, but Scarborough with first hands on the ball, but all wrapped up by the University player there in, appears to be Mark Foster in the middle.
And the University boys, have they helped the club rooms this year to celebrate after a concern a couple of years back?
Yes, no, everything seems to be travelling okay down there at McGillivray. No problems with administration.
University picked themselves up in the off-field this year and a much more disciplined side, much to the satisfaction of the Guild, I'm sure. And
it's fantastic to see University with proper numbers out there on the back of their Guernseys instead of the standard. Matty Sevier comes through, does really well with strength, kicks forward to Jay Boffey, who's got a bit of a break.
Fantastic bit of play.
Shocking bounce there, unlucky. Dino Gracienis is back there to back him up.
Hard at the ball, Digby short, picks it up. He'll deliver this long over the centre line to the benefit of Mark Ryder. A skillful player, however, 2-1 here and Scarborough should clear.
No one
Great play then. Jonesy's get the ball again, kicked on that left footer out to Stormy. Stormy using all his pace. Only man in Scarborough that actually puts on weight during the footy season in lieu of the summer.
How old would Stormy be? He looks like he's approaching 30 perhaps?
He looks that way. He's actually only about 23.
Oh, sorry, Stormy, there. If your family's watching this transmission, very sorry. Obviously just a very mature footballer.
Ball kicked out. Who's this man with a magnificent head of hair? Bam Bam. Is that what a great name?
Borrowed my hair and a bit of Brownie's as well, I think. Mark Foster dives on the ball. Very fast handball to Gilesy, but a poor kick really. Although a chance here for University.
With the skills again, gets it out, handball went astray.
Scarborough at this stage seem to have numbers at the ball and they get into a bit of trouble and able to get themselves out by running the ball well.
I agree. Yes.
Certainly dominating the half back line and the centre line, Scarborough, and if University can break through that, then there's a chance to go forward. Though here it's a mark to Scarborough on the outer wing. Who's that one, Timmy?
That's young Skinny. Kick forward to Chris Rule.
Bam Bam again.
I think he may have been pushed there.
Play on.
Oh, I think it should have been play on, Brownie. What do you think?
Oh, I think there was a definite advantage there, but never mind. Bam Bam's got a good left foot kick, good evasive skills, and he'll drive it to about an half.
Matt Giles, dummy lead. Not much on offer though. Bam's calling for them to run forward, and he delivers long over the half-forward line. Again, though, no one there for University and a mark to Jones from
The
Scarborough.
Bam Bam reminds me a bit of Ty Kilburn with his way, the way he's put together and his hair.
Yes, very strong, well-set young man. And we'd love if he could turn it on like young Ty has many a time for the University side.
That's a great kick there from Mark Pears over to Skinny, who's had 3 or 4 touches in the last 5 minutes. And he once again kicks short.
A poor option, I think, that. He's gone too short, and chance for University to clear, although Scarborough numbers on the ball, and probably about the 20th ball up in the centre region of the ground. It's quite scrambly out there, isn't it, Paul?
It is at the moment. Good play by Skinny then. Did a poor kick, but straight back into it, hard at the ball and tied it up.
I think he was the one that dived on the ball, I think, Tim, and you know, his coach would like to see that sort of endeavour.
Very much so. Coach Paul Dean not playing today, thought he'd give his players every opportunity.
The ultimate sacrifice.
Handball that there from Sponge, belly over, runs it, picks up, runs straight into a University
Tim
player.
Tudor Owens clears to Parksy. Parksy, a lovely left footer. Helicopter punch, a full forward. Falls over the back of the pack. The foot race back now. University player against 2 Scarboroughs, chips it out to Bobby Bucat, or is it Rye Shepherd? Rye Shepherd over the shoulder, and I think, has he snuck that one through, his BrownDog?
I think he has snuck it through from there.
It has. It's a goal fest here at Leederville Oval. That's 2 straight to University. 12, Scarborough 2 straight 12, all tied up.
Big Bob Bucat coming off the ground.
Yes.
Andrew Smith to replace him.
Changed by both sides. The man with the nude nut, Doc Murdoch, comes out to replace Jay Boffey. Doc Murdoch's been carrying a bit of a hammy over the final series, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Just on that, Tim, the play is a little scrambly. Both goals, for both sides actually, have just been through really snapshots and picking up loose crummy efforts in the forward line. No real system to either side yet.
No, it seems to be just hard running is probably the key to it at this stage. I would still think the Scarborough will have the breeze in the second quarter. I reckon there's a couple of goals in it from looking at retrieve. Although at this stage, as we do look at them, they're hardly moving.
Absolutely stopped.
Jamesy wins again out of the centre. Paul Hillstone, the man from Echuca, picks up.
Oh!
Hit very
Yes,
heavily.
there has been a down-the-ground free kick for a very undisciplined by the nude nut, and it'll be Greg Erskine to kick the University players into the forward line. Rye Shepherd leads the play out.
John Perryman tackled well there.
Slings the ball over his shoulder. Deep in the pocket here, a little bit out of view of the commentators, but I suspect it's out of bounds, isn't it?
It is out of bounds, boys. John Perryman did very well disguising that handball, and it managed to dribble out, and it's a boundary throw in the forward pocket for University.
The oval bathed in sunshine today, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
Oh, Jonesy again with another big tap over the Freak. Freak's got no right foot by the look of things, had to handball it.
Picked up by Greg Erskine, dodges one, comes back into some trouble and forced out of bounds for another boundary throw-in.
It's good to see situations like that where the umpire lets the play go, rewards a good tackle and rewards the guy going in for the ball as well.
Certainly in finals football, needs to be let go just a little bit in the early stages for the players to find themselves. Scrambled kick forward by Ant Hayes, although now cleared to Scarborough.
Good vision there by Dave Coleman over to Paul Hillstone, weaves around a couple of players, kicks up to the wing. Chris Rule fighting for front position, gets disciplined by punching the ball when he was caught behind him. Big Stormy lets it run over.
So I must admit, now that I see Stormy close up, he is only a young colt, isn't he?
He is a young fella. He holds the record for doing the split diving off the counter at Peters by the Sea at Scarborough.
A lovely pitch it there. Bad bounce for the Scarborough player, but he recovers. Handballs into the nude nut.
Good footy by Scarborough. Dino Gracianis drives it forward into the open space. Glenn Herman's eyes for the ball. Deserves a goal after that.
Couldn't gather the ball, and it's in dispute. Still Scarborough's ball, I suspect.
Roger Fitzpatrick again, handballs out to Chris Rule. He's under a bit of pressure there, but he manages to steady and has put the third goal through for Scarborough. Fantastic play there by Glenn Hermans, who just ran full pace. There's not much to him. Eyes on the ball the whole way. Roger Fitzpatrick came through, fed the ball out well, and that was a great goal from Chris Rule.
Goal for goal here at Leederville Oval in the grand final 1999.
Absolutely, and again, every goal has come from really nothing more than a long kick into the forward line, over the back of the pack quite often, and well sharked by some of the small men, and then little handballs out, finding men on their own, and we've yet to see a set shot for goal. 5 goals, all opportunist goals, really.
It seems that the Scarborough forward line is fairly open in comparison to University, but the midfielders seem to be doing the damage.
Correct. Ball up in the middle, won convincingly by Smith from University, down to the half-forward line with the Scarborough half-back clearing it again.
Mark Pears has done well off that half-back flank. Another unusual bounce to Doc Murdoch. Here's a left footer, so this should be a reasonable kick. Drives it into Maxi Gascoigne. Great attempt to mark by Maxi. Might have got a little push, but the umpire's played it on. Coming through there is the big fullback.
Rev Wheeler across to Bam Bam. A lovely handball. Gives it to a man under a bit of pressure, though, and the umpire has called for a ball up. With a bit of spite there from some of the players.
Bam Bam and Chris Rule having a bit of a how do you do there, and I think the university player very lucky there, being set up by that handball.
Yes, it was handball under pressure really, and often the way the ball gets wrapped up very quickly.
Ooh. And unfortunately, undisciplined play. We're used to seeing undisciplined play by number 14 from university, but normally it's by commentator Robbo.
I must admit, the jumper's looking a little bit big on that young player out there. It's obviously been stretched in the off-season, I think.
And Maxi Gascoigne's fought hard to come forward. Maxi kicked 7 goals as the A-grade full forward in 1995 undefeated premiership, and he's a mad Collingwood man. Flew over to Vic Park for the last game and has come back for the grand final today.
Obviously loves his football, and this will be the first set shot that we've seen for goals. Probably 15 to 20 metres out on a fairly straightforward angle for a player of his stature.
Yeah.
Maxi sets it up nicely, uses the breeze to bring it through, and that gives Scarborough a 2-goal advantage as we're nearing the end of the first quarter.
Very accurate kicking. It's certainly been a goal fest, as we've said once before, and really, when teams are kicking goals like this, it's often easy to get away to a little advantage, and then the game tightens up in the second and third quarters. Be interesting to see what happens with this game, Paul.
Just on that, Grant, I think an interesting change and a good change, bringing Andrew Smith on to try and nullify the effect of Jones in the centre and around the ground. He has been dominating. Nothing against Bob Bucat, a wonderful play, but Jones is just too strong and probably a bit tall.
Certainly, I think Andrew Smith might be just have a little bit more mobility than Bob, and maybe just the ticket to combat the Scarborough ruck attack, which appears to be Jones at the moment.
Okay. Seamus bounces down. Jones is up again. Smith nullifies, gets the second one, gets the third one out down to Simon Wybrow.
Coach Brother.
Scrappy playing the centre, but picked up. Great smother there by Shane Bell, and Glenn Herman's running for the ball again. Scarborough just forcing the ball forward. Bam Bam unlucky there not to get forward. Glenn Herman's drives into that man, Roger Fitzpatrick again.
Well wrapped up by John Cleary though, with a handball across to...
Oh, and they've got space out here, University.
They have. It's a General Hazy with plenty of space. Alters not to bounce and goes long, the University player, but again, Scarborough getting numbers back and bringing it forward through their ruckman across the half-back line.
Once again, Jonesy going for statistics. Fought through there by Dino. Chris Rule handballed, but followed it up well again.
Well played there by Greg Gordon.
And Darren Kirkwood forces it forward onto the left foot. Little dribbled foot into the inside the 50. Doc Murdoch's there. As manages to keep it in. Kirkwood followed it up. Being held on to by the shorts.
Lucky not to be pinned for a throw, I think, there. And University through. Digby Short will clear the ball to the half-forward line, to the half-back line for University, and a mark for Scarborough.
Clever mark there by Paul Hillstone. I think the uni player maybe could have spoilt there, Robbo, do you think?
I think he was very well shepherded by the Scarborough player, but a long kick from Scarborough into the forward line. Andrew Parker, unfortunate not to mark the ball.
Oh, Maxi Gascoigne's had his head ripped off. First of all by number 30 in Andrew Parker, and then Bam Bam came over just to make sure they did it. Maxi's a grano worker from Scarborough, runs bedrock construction, and I don't think it would hurt him one little bit.
Kick over the head of the leading full forward from Scarborough.
Roger Fitzpatrick
picked up by Fitzpatrick, and another snap for a goal to Scarborough.
That's another great goal to Roger Fitzpatrick. And do you think, Brownie, that maybe Roger Fitzpatrick's been prominent? He's kicked to himself. He passed that last one out to Chris Rule. Do you think there'll be a change made there in the University back line?
Well, I think they need to tighten up on him. There's no doubt about that. Changes, yes. Could force a change, perhaps, to bring Junior Gordon on down there. He's got probably a bit more pace than Dave and nothing goes handy.
No.
As quick as they come, I like him, but obviously Fitzpatrick, very quick down there.
Managed to get away a few times now, and it's something that University players will have to watch. Back in the middle, another perfect bounce, and the ruckman go at it. Won by the Scarborough Jones boy again. In the front of Greg Gordon, who gets his kick into the ball, down to Simo. Another unusual bounce and cleared by Scarborough. A lovely smother there by senior Gordo, and knocks it back forward University's way.
Fights in front position, well played. On to Smith, he'll drive it long. Drives it right into the half centre forward area.
Leading the ball, Rye Shepherd gathers the ball, gets the handball away to Mark Foster, a left footer. Oh, it's open goal to Simon Wybrow. Can he pick it up? I think he will. He does, into an open goal for University's third. A much-needed goal.
They get one back.
Against the Tide. Again, another fourth goal, just running it forward, and a much-needed goal to University.
Good work there by Erskine, was it? Number 6, walking out of that pack there, Brownie.
It was actually probably the hard work was done by Timmy Tudor, and who went balls only. Balls only, yeah, interesting. But went to the ball only.
Got it to Greg.
Yeah, got it to Greg.
The other concern at this stage for University is the fact that Brownie and Robbo have polished off half a bottle of Ambly, and it's not even, and it's now the end of the first quarter, so but they might have to be ordering a bit more.
That was a very interesting first quarter, really. We'll just have perhaps just my thoughts, and then across to Tim. Started very, very tight. There was not a lot of free-flowing ball. We had a number of bounce-ups in the middle, but then Scarborough got a couple of goals towards the end of the last quarter and really threatened to run away. That goal against the flow to University really sees, perhaps the scoreboard flattered University a bit. Scarborough had the ball in their forward line for a lot of the game, and Scarborough relatively happy with that first quarter, Tim?
I think Coach Paul Dean would be happy with that, Robbo. It's always disappointing when there's a goal kicked in the last minute of the game by the opposition side, but I think the breeze may be a factor, and that Scarborough will come home in the last quarter, because the University boys, from the years I've been watching them, have just never ever give up. You think you'll break the back of them, but they just keep coming back at you. So Scarborough will need every opportunity, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter.
Okay, back with us. Start of this second term. Scarborough leading by 2 goals, 3 goals to University, straight shooting, and 5 goals to Scarborough.
Ball up in the centre of the ground, start in the second quarter. Smith again for University, starting the ruck this time. Hard at the ball, someone for University there. Out to Greg Gordon, who's wrapped up promptly by the Scarborough player. And crowd wants holding the ball. What do you think, Tim?
Well, I think it would have been a good decision to let it go, but the umpire, I don't think there was a kick either way, but he could have let the play go. The ball had been freed, but it was fairly good footy all round.
Taken out of the ruck by Junior Gordo for University. Again, scrambly play there. Ant Hayes picks up the ball. Again, we have another ball up.
Big Jones, you just can't stop him. He's in the ruck, and then he got a hand in to smother that ball. Then he's
how long can he keep going for 4 quarters though, Tim? Do you think?
Oh, he is a fitness machine.
He is a
Brownie.
workhorse.
He's rarely been injured.
Poor bounce by the umpire, picked up by University player Ant Hayes. A scrambly kick forward and marked by the civvy of the half-back again for Scarborough side.
Young Freak kicks long on his left foot, favoured left foot. Chris Rule playing in front. Oh, hot.
Falls over at the crucial time and allows it to come out to Bam Bam for University. Gets onto his left foot and drives it long. Down to Parker and Giles. Oh, a lovely mark by Andrew Parker on the half-forward flank. Has Smithy running free, finds him, can see him, and has delivered beautifully to Smithy, the ruckman, just drifting down into the half-forward line. And he's about 35 out directly in front.
Tremendous vision there by Parker to see that man running into the open space, and he'll have a set shot for goal from about 35 metres out.
Andrew Parker started the game sort of in the midfield and drifting back in defence. May have been a coaching move by Wybrow there to move him up to the half-forward line. Played a lot of his football at Mount Lawley in the forward line. And as a result of his pass to Smith, University get a very, very quick goal in the second quarter, which sees University now 4 straight, Scarborough 5 straight.
Promising signs for University too then. There was a lot of guys hard at the ball. Fantastic play really to get it down there so quick in the early part of this quarter.
So the ball being run back in. This quarter brought to you by Brad Mummy's Financial Planning. Why not get ripped off by someone you know, is their team motto with his brother Kojak.
Brad's been looking after me for a long time, a lovely financial planner, hell of a nice bloke, and I think we might have seen the end of Brad as the senior coach at University, the end of an era, a premiership, a number of grand finals. Back in the centre now, onto the football.
Bounce favours Jonesy, but...
Starts by Smith again for University. He's dominating this early start. Out here. 2 hands to be picked up by Gordon, picked up on his right foot, down to the vacant half-forward line. Only a Scarborough player there, and marked by Piers.
Great play then by Smith again. He ran hard to shepherd Dino Gracianis, and a good kick there by Mark Piers finds Dino on the half-back line for Scarborough.
We'll look up forward now, seeing a lead from the big centre-half forward. He's running towards the ball. It'll be a contest here, a big contest, a big spoil by Smith from University. Knocks it forward to the advantage of Gordon for University. Again, very scrambly play, but cleared by Scarborough, only as far as Ryder across the half-back line. Wheels onto his left foot and chips it through to Mark Foster, dead in the heart of Leederville Oval. Foster, a Doug Farron-esque left footer, kicks it forward to Simpson on a lead, and a lovely in front of the eyes mark and needs to race back and deliver this to Giles.
Now,
I
they've got to
suspect.
be careful here. Jones just dropped back. They don't want to bomb away here. Just
Well seen, BrownDog. And as a result, the kick goes wide across to the other half-forward line. And again, the ball chipped forward by Andrew Parker. Will want his left foot here.
Oh, he's swamped.
Absolutely swamped by Scarborough players and penalised duly.
Matt Sevier, ferocious at the ball, just came running in and left Parker with absolutely nowhere to go. And a good decision there by the umpire holding the ball.
A lovely gang tackle by Scarborough. The kick very wide, and offhand, out of bounds, almost under the commentary position here in front of the old grandstand at Leederville Oval.
That's probably the only thing that lets Matt Sevier down at times, is his kicking goes a little bit astray, but his hardness at the ball is unmatched by many. Paul Hillstone picks that one off the pack. Little left-hand handball goes to ground.
Good Shepherd by University sees Gordon free and kicks forward to Rye Shepherd, although the chipped in was a Scarborough player, and they're going to clear it through the wing here, through the nude nuts.
And Stock Murdoch kicks along the centre half forward. Daniel Baines has got the run of the ball here. This bloke does not miss from there, but he's done a mongrel this time. Put the mocker on him, and he doesn't like kicking points, and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
Still keeps the perfect scoreline, no
Was
points
he a
yet.
right or left footer then? He looked like he was kicking on his opposite foot.
He's an unusual one. He's a very good kick, normally off both feet.
Cleared now by Ryder, across to Haney, who chips it over by hand to Axe, and Axe chips forward to the run of Smith, who again is exposing Jones for a lack of pace here. But Jones will follow up, no doubt, the player that he is, as he does, and shepherds to see Scarborough clear the ball through the centre.
Great play there by Paul Hillstone, who ran hard then. And Dino Gracianus doing it all on his own. Got spoilt, over to Daniel Baines. Daniel Baines kicks into centre half forward towards Lindsay Broadhurst. Big Maxi running out, cops a bad bounce.
Rev Wheeler picked up the ball and got it across to Bam Bam. It doesn't appear to have the ball when tackled, but it allows Rev to chip it across quite right to Gordon and clears out. Looking for the boundary line, I suspect, won't find it, and the Scarborough player gets to the ball on the volley and then chips it forward over the top of his player, which sees Gordon come through. Needs to clear now. Looks for the handball and gets it across to Timmy Tudor. Under pressure, a lovely handball to Gordo, who is wrapped up by the Scarborough player. And again, Scarborough very tight in the clinches. Will clear the ball here through the centre wing.
Another turnover from the university players. Really have to keep more possession, I think.
Scarborough player dropped the ball, allows hand in, chipped short. Oh, and a
fantastic mark.
Juggled mark by Coleman. I suspect it's Coleman, is that right? No, it's not.
No, that is
Purcell?
Damien Purcell, known as the Freak. Loves James Morrissey, he's a Hawthorn man. And he
Lovely
will kick.
mark.
Change again, Doc Murdoch's come off for Skinny Randall to come back on. Straight into the play, Skinny, unlucky. He got legged by the look
Junior
of
Gordon chips it across by hand to Timmy Tudor, who'll go along to Matt Giles, out of position. Finds himself behind, but nearly takes the mark. And it spills to the Scarborough player, who will clear through Jones.
There's two of the best players on the ground at this stage. Matt Sevier over to Graham Jones. Daniel Baines has got to get back in there fighting hard. The uni boys do well. Bam Bam's been set up.
Taviano is not well down there.
Down here, you follow that, I'll follow the game. Picked up by Timmy Tudor, looks for a man, nothing on offer. Comes back to Greg Gordon.
Great play there by
to Rye
Damien
Shepherd.
Purcell.
Picked up by Greg Erskine offhand with a handball, and he might find Simpson in the forward pocket. It's over the back to Matt Giles. All he needs to do is pick it up, and he's done so, and kicked it for goal.
Scores a level here at Leederville Oval.
And we've got the stretcher out for the university player on the wing.
Yeah, Paul Taviano, he copped a hard one there, went in low, and I think he might have copped a knee or something, perhaps, too.
He's copped the Jason Gillespie Steve War.
I saw him backing back into a pack, as Otto always does. Knows no fear, and I think he may have come off worse for wear. Might be something on the hip there, perhaps. He's certainly conscious.
I think he's just conscious, but hopefully there'll be good signs in a minute from him. We'll have to I'll keep you updated.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of doctors on the bench for the university to be able to help out and make sure he's okay.
Could even get Bobby Bucat, the practitioner, to drop across and give a view. But he's not coming through the interchange gates. He's going to come directly off the ground. Bit of a hold-up in play here.
My understanding was that the stretchered player can come straight off and then be allowed to come back on. He needs to get the stretcher off at the first available opportunity, but
Might be right.
I'm sure on that.
Digby Short on to replace Otto, and it's all tied up. 5 goals apiece with the ball back in the middle.
Big Jonesy goes up against Smith again. Jonesy getting that through. Dino Gracian is doing well out of the centre there.
Good mark by Mark Ryder. Eyes only for the ball. Fantastic.
Lovely mark across half-back. He's held up a number of Scarborough attacks, and he's playing well for University. And I suspect he might drive this long down the wing, looking for some tall timber in Smith. Goes short though to Hayes. Hayes under pressure, unable to mark, and the ball's knocked out of bounds to the outer wing.
I I think Ryder there was conscious of the fact that Jones had dropped back across that wing. He didn't want to put it up. He knows the height advantage he's giving away to his ruckman. It was quite a good decision, but just didn't work out for the end player.
Good to see Mark Ryder also wearing the standard university low-down shorts. There's always one player out there with the longer shorts.
The blackboard shorts, always a good look.
They are the tenty shoots, don't worry about that.
Balls again, bit scrambly out there, though Scarborough have it clear now, unable to pick it up with the player.
Roger
Very close to the
Fitzpatrick.
boundary line.
Good
Jones.
shepherd there from Chris Rule to allow Jonesy to come forward.
But
Good Mac by Axe.
Yep, Axe, a new player to the club this year, or certainly to A reserve, chips it forward through to the middle, looking for his player, but chipping in for Scarborough was Herman.
Costly possession turnover again, Tim.
Very dangerous there, Brownie, to centre the ball to a contest, especially at centre forward,
And against the breeze.
it may pay.
Touch ball,
Jay
picked up by
Boffey picks it
university
up.
player.
It could bounce through here. The ball has bounced through and it's managed to get through everyone. And Jay Boffey has kicked a goal for Scarborough with the bouncing ball. And as I said, the university to centre the ball to their centre half back position to a contest is a costly error. And for young footballers out there, something to be wary of.
They've paid for it in the ultimate way, their university, with a goal to Scarborough when university kicked the first two of the second quarter. And as a result, we see the score, Scarborough, a one-goal margin now, 6 straight to 5 straight, yet to see a minor score.
What do you think about that, Tim? Very accurate on
I
it.
just think it's unusual experience, especially on a day where there's a bit of breeze.
And on grand final, when the
and a
nerves
grand
are
final.
high,
It could be a record-breaking day, no points scored at all over the course of the whole day. And we could be
back in the middle now, Smith versus Jones.
Jones,
Smith,
a decisive
very
win.
decisive knock. Unable to be trapped by Greg Erskine, and Scarborough now have the ball in the middle, under pressure, a kick out of the middle, down to Axe and a few other players for the university side. Very scrambling.
Roger Fitzpatrick there, falling down.
We'll see a bounce here, yes we will.
It's a good play then, again by Chris Rule to get caught behind and go to spoil the ball to allow his players to run through. But Big Smith is making a difference in the ruck there for university.
He's at it again now against a smaller player. Gets the knock away, only to a Scarborough player though. But it looks like John Cleary will mark this deep in defence for university and settle things down. Might come out wide to Tim Tudor-Owen. Does. High ball though. Many Scarborough players there. Ball comes to ground. Sharks by Junior Gordon. Chips it into the player on the mark. Very scrambly again, but cleared by Scarborough. Spoiled again by Senior Gordon. And again, another spoil. Very scrambly. Gets the handball away this time.
That's pressure football in a grand final. 3 smothers in a row. Skinny Randall going in hard at the ball. And another smother. This is fantastic football from both sides. Oh, Seamus Rafferty managed to step in and stuff it up.
Mark Foster chips into the middle to Bam Bam, who hold it up. May see Mark Ryder running. Opts to go over his head. Still favours that player, and he should mark this spot on centre half forward for university. Goes long. Andrew Parker on the lead, and he's got this.
And that was great play there by university, moving the ball on quickly to Ryder, and then Ryder with good disposal to the free man running into the forward line.
They really set up the loose man, didn't they then, Paul?
They did. It was hard running by centre half and half forward lines to open up the play and leave a couple of players open for passes.
Parks onto goal. Lovely kick normally.
What's his chances? What do you think, Robbo?
I think Parks will get this. He comes in deliberately. Kicks a little high. The ball's floating. The ball's still in play. The uppie's gone down.
Everyone's gone down in the goal there.
And I suspect it's through for a minor score.
Matt Sevier has come through there and spoilt well, but has taken out the goal umpire, fullback John Perriman, Graham Jones, and number 18 being Matt Goff for university. It's like rock and roll wrestling.
Brings up the first minor score for university. You see Scarborough now just with a 5-point lead, with Scarborough to kick in from fullback.
Well, that's ruined our theory of going through the whole game very quickly. John Perriman kicks to Matt Sevier. Jones running around like a rover. Another good smother. This must be the smother quarter. I think Daniel Baines holds front.
The umpires paid a small push there. It was a bit soft, but might have been there. And
that's the evener-upper, I think, Robbo, for the one on the wing in the grandstand.
Correct. Kicks forward to the half-forward line for Scarborough, a vacant half-forward line. There's a number of uni players back there.
There was a tough tussle there on the Maxi Gascoigne.
Red Wheeler gets it across to Digby Shorty, who I think he'll drive this long, goes through to the centre and finds Greg Erskine. Doesn't quite get the mark. Paid by the umpire. Benefit of the doubt, obviously, to the player.
It's good to see Short go long there.
Absolutely. Drives it forward to the benefit of Rice Shepherd. Beautifully. Go Fox. Mark Foster is into an open goal. Doesn't quite get it.
Has he paid the mark?
He has. The umpires paid the mark.
I
Appeared
think the
to
only ones I would have picked up whether that actually hit the ground was the crowd on the far side.
Yes,
All
we
four
were
of them.
unsighted.
We can't actually see any over there.
He appeared to have still it, Matt Giles, normally a one-grab player, but had the presence of mind, keep his whereabouts, knew where he was, and grabbed the ball on the second attempt.
Yeah, I think the ball might have fallen onto his body, which was luck of fortune.
Fortuitous, really, wasn't it?
Robbo, if you were running in on the left foot with that amount of open space, did you see yourself passing it to the full forward, or you would have had one bounce and gone long?
Very rare to see me pass if I'm in the forward line, but Giles is the team's designated goal kicker, and I suspect it's worked out well for University, which sees them hit the front. For the first time in the game, University have kicked away to a substantial margin of 1 point.
Double change again by the coaches. Big Bob Bucat's come back on. Smitty's having a rest, and Lindsay Broadhurst has been changed over for Dominic the Stormy Carton.
11 minutes into the second quarter, and I think we'll see a bit of that today. A few of the older ruckmen. Is that right, 11 minutes?
It's actually 11. It's counting down from 25. I think they're playing straight 25s here today.
So played 15 minutes?
We've played 14.
14 minutes, near enough.
Yeah.
So we're seeing the change, give some of the ruckmen a bit of a break. And all tied up. Looks like we're in for a humdinger of a game here now.
Yeah, it's just on that additions there, Robbo. You don't work in the finance industry by any chance, do you?
Well, what's happened there?
11 and 15 is 26. I think.
26. It must be the stress of the grand final.
Ambly's starting to kick in up in the commentary box.
Grand
Darren
final
Kirkwood kicks
madness.
it out. Daniel Baines
The foot
running
race.
hard
He's
against...
a fast player.
This thing, umpires paid it.
I
Yeah, there's
think
probably
Andrew-
just a little bit in there.
Very soft.
Knowing Andrew Parker as I do, I think he might have thought then that he was going to get outrun, so he thought he might just box in there for a little bit of a trip.
He's done very well.
He's done well. and
Good to
we'll
see Daniel Baines chase that hard.
a high ball from Parksy, across the half, or centre line
There's
really,
that
and
man
marked by
again.
Jones. He's played very well, hasn't he? He
His
has.
ability at that age, I suppose at the age of 39 you need to be able to read the play, but it just drops back straight into position and the
And
opposition
fit too.
continues.
Drives
Yeah.
long to University's the half forward line for Scarborough. Ball picked up well by a Scarborough player, but the ball bounces free for University to Tim Tudor-Owen, who on the left goes wide, looking for Bob Bucat.
not
But
Jonesy
again,
again.
a Scarborough player there.
Bobby Bucat, good work down on the ground level.
Ball's in dispute again. Very scrambly out there.
Darren
No one can get a
Kirkwood
foot to it.
Did well to hold
Smothered
his feet
well by
there.
Rye Shepherd, which sees the ball dribble across on the out-of-boundary line for a throw-in.
I'm a little bit impressed. There's a lot more endeavour out there, I think, by the any players this quarter. They seem to be going in harder. Scarborough having a little more difficulty getting the ball out and getting those handballs, which they were getting in the first quarter. What do you think, Tim?
The running play seems to have stopped a little bit. Maybe the boys are thinking that the Breeds will do it for them, but it's still very close.
Ooh,
And that
taken out,
Matty
Mark.
Sevier coming through, but manages to get straight back up. Loves a run. Kicks the ugliest kick. It's a torpedo helicopter. Maxie Gascoigne's played brilliantly for a free kick, and he'll lie down and have a rest as well. The Grano worker from Scarborough couldn't be hurt.
There's an interesting contest there. I think the University player running back with the flight, John Cleary, wasn't the offending player. I think they've called it on Rev Wheeler, the fullback, for just a gentle nudge, which may have knocked him into John Cleary.
Actually, there was a similar decision like that given against myself, Robbo, in the grand final last year.
Very unjust.
And I thought I was defending. I was designated the offending player, but
Who was the
replay,
Rose?
it was actually yourself pushed that guy in the back and gave my man a goal.
Maxie Gascoigne kicking from a 45-degree angle. He'll kick from about 35 metres out. Should be pretty simple for Maxie.
Coming very close to the man on the mark.
Looks good off the boot.
And
The
as a
goal
result-
umpire's running forward
As a
to make...
result,
He's
Oh.
Oh, the goal. Don't they
Towards
love
the
being
level.
in the play? They run around, they put different arms up. They've got to be out there.
yes,
And
I
evens things up here at Leederville.
I suspect he ran too close to the man on the mark and just, as a result, a bit aware of the player on the mark and just pushed it out to the right. University to bring it in through the designated kicker, the young Ben
Have a
Graham,
look at this kick. This will go a mile.
called to play on by the umpire now to bring it in, and kicks it long over the 50, nearly 60 metres out, and a
Good
beautiful
effort by
mark by
Bam
Bam
Bam.
Bam. He's a left footer, so he'll look around, might see a player running free,
Bobby Bucat, go to Bobby.
goes shorter.
Oh,
Wow.
chopped off.
Chopped off by the
Darren
Scarborough
Kirkwood
player.
there.
Mark Ryder. Good play, Mark Ryder then. He was out of position. He's back on the player and forced the boundary throw-in.
Again, a bit of inexperience from the University player, deciding to go short and nearly a costly turnover, but out of bounds now.
Well, it's a bit of an arm wrestle here at the moment, Tim. What do you think? It's going to be like this all day, I feel.
I think it's been that way. I think during the course of the season it was 1-1. We beat Scarborough beat Uni in the first round. You guys got up in the second round, and then won the second semi. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's been a close tussle, and their boys are not letting us down today.
Mark Foster got the benefit of putting his body in there, and he'll get a free kick on the centre wing, on the outer centre wing. and he'll drive University across the half-forward line. Kicks a very unusual-looking kick, which is marked by the Scarborough player.
One of the smallest men
Not
out there,
unusual
the
for
freak.
yourself there, Robert. You look like one of your...
Very
Matty
unusual
Stevie with his
spin on it.
trademark run and mongrel kick, falling behind the Daniel Baines, has a quick look at goal, steps around one, should have
Breaks the
done better
tackle.
there in the tackle, puts it, centres the ball into Maxi Gascoigne, but well done by... Oh, Big Stormy's fallen over, he's lost his feet, thought he was doing the splits. Glenn Herman goes
Hazy
in
wraps
hard.
up, chips it out to Digby Short. He goes long, out wide, and finds the University player there. Who's that, BrownDog?
That there is
Mark Foster, picking up a lot of kicks on the outer wing in defence today.
That's an
Fantastic
ugly
play.
kicking style, isn't it, there by Foster? Ugly but effective.
Kicks it to Mark Ryder, who again on the left chips high though, to the benefit of Wybrow.
He's being
in front,
held,
and
surely.
He will take the kick, Paul. Well spotted on the outer half-forward flank.
Just back to that full-back position. Wonderful play by senior Gordon then to force the ball
Hard.
forward into Hayes. It was great determination to get the ball out.
Was driven long by Wybrow to the benefit of University.
Right, Shepherd.
Oh.
Over there.
Runs through, couldn't quite, and although he's been in
he's
fringe,
been paid a
he's
free
been in
kick.
fringe. He was trying to break through to get the ball to a free-running rover, and he was just grabbed on the top of the jumper there of the jersey by the Scarborough player.
I think John Perryman just came in.
The defending player, John Perryman?
It was John Perryman.
Good Hale boy, John Perryman, lovely fella, went to school with him, and would have loved to have had him down at the University Club.
Needless to say that if you went to school with him, Robbo, he'll be running out of legs about halfway through the third.
Well, I was going to say earlier, Brownie, it's for a man who's been a year out of footy, you've certainly enjoyed yourself off field by the look of your being in a good paddock.
Kicks a goal, appears to have drifted across the face, although the players like it.
I think it's through, Robbo.
It is through, Paul. You've corrected me again, and I like that. And it's straight through the middle for University's 7th goal. 7-1 University, 6-1 Scarborough, having played approximately 23 minutes in the second quarter.
Now, this is an
It's actually
important stage.
20 minutes there, Robbo. We've got 5 minutes to play.
Important stage here for University. Bob Bucat's come off. Smith, probably the dominant of the ruckman for University, come back on now. Scarborough have to be very careful here. A couple of hit-outs and a few forward thrusts, they could find themselves a couple of goals down.
Is it normal, Tim, to ruck Jones for the entire second half without a change?
Generally, Jonesy will play most of the day, but has done it all season. Last couple of seasons he's been with us and never has a problem.
Yep, wins the
Darren
ball out of the
Kirkwood
centre,
clears
Scarborough.
out. Lindsay Broadhurst got away from Ban Ban. It was a change that was made by Coach Dean. Brought Chris Rule off and put Lindsay Broadhurst on, and it's paid dividends.
Is he a chance with the breeze here?
It's a very good kick, the boy from, I think he's from Narrogin, Katanning Way.
Nude Nut to come back on too, Tim.
Oh, very
Skinny
good.
coming off and Doc Murdoch coming back on.
Scarborough player leans back into the ball, kicks it long, but across to the left.
Ball still in play. Dangerous spot to be.
Unusual. No one at the bottom of the pack for either side, and the ball dribbles harmlessly into the goalpost for a point, which we'll see Digby Short, University's glamour boy, really. Did you say, BrownDog?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Now that you've left. And
He has filled the shoes, I must admit. Pretty big shoes too, I might add.
he drives it long. Again, a beautiful kick, although to the benefit of Scarborough, and
I
sees the
think
ball.
they could have played that to Jonesy, raving as well.
University boy down
There's a
here.
University player down in the middle. I think the umpire might have had a swing at him.
The ball picked up by
Daniel
Sharp.
Baines intercepts and kicks the goal. Is it the goal of the day or is it the point of the quarter? It is the goal of the day.
goal to
Great
Scarborough.
intercept, and the University player getting up now. Mark Ryder, is it?
I think
I
you're
think
right.
he tripped over his long shorts, but he's got up, and it's a miracle. He's taken
I
off.
think Roger's going to
coming
remonstrate
up to
here.
have
I
a
think
go.
he might have copped one from Jonesy.
Jonesy would be the oldest, but he'd also be the fairest bloke out there. But
I don't think there
you
was
never
much.
know.
I don't think there was much in it, and it was a lovely goal to the Scarborough player. Caught the ball off the pack, caught everyone unawares, and really strolled into what was an open goal.
I think Jonesy tried a bit of rough stuff there, Tim.
You think so? I didn't see it, Brownie, but it would surprise me if Jonesy did. He's a fairly placid old man.
There's a bit of remonstrating going on out there, but football's the thing we're here for, and the ball's to be bounced up in the middle and let the players go at
the
it.
difference here at Leederville.
Beautiful bounce. Jones again
Great
knocks it
tap. Jonesy's
straight to
fired
the
up.
University.
And
Gets the free kick.
Smithy, did he try to even that up there, Robbo?
I think he ran through him after he knocked the ball away.
You won't
So,
hurt the old fella, though.
a fair free kick, I think.
Big Stormy's come forward, but it's got underneath
Jack
that.
Cleary, courage.
Very, very strong at the ball.
Oh, well
Joe
smothered,
Bocky
Jack,
in there
again.
hard, giving it
And
over to
another
him.
tackle.
Great
He
tackle
should be
there.
rewarded here, John Cleary. He's done that well. Hazy, the general, chips it across to the benefit of Greg Erskine. He'll pick this one up with about 5 metres on his player and chip it very low to Simpson on the wing. Simpson in front, unable to pick up the ball,
That's holding the ball.
and lucky enough to knock the ball out.
Deliberate. It was one of the two.
Yeah, he's been paid deliberate.
Can
A
I
fair
see
call.
pockets on that shorts on that
Yes,
Simpson there?
he's got the ruggers on.
He's probably got his wallet and his car keys in the pocket with him, just because you can never trust anyone here.
Disputed
at
ball
Leederville.
picked
Great
up by the
play there
Scarborough
by
player.
Sponge.
There's
Kicks
trouble
forward.
here.
Lindsay's got the break here.
Oh, well done, Bam Bam. Good play
Well
by the
done
university
there.
back.
Bam Bam and Rev Wheeler combine well to force it through for a behind.
That Wheeler only knows one way to play by the look of things, and that's straight through. Head
Yeah.
down, then went straight for the ball to knock it through for a point.
Son of a Reverend, very strong footballer, and played in last year's grand final. Been a long time member of the University Football Club, over 200 games, and we'll be looking for big things from him later today.
Scarborough now lead by 2 points, 7-1 to 7-3. I think the scoreboard should read. Just been changed now. Daniel Baines has had 5 or 6 kicks. Big Stormy's calling. There's a mountain of
no,
Scarborough.
Stormy
They managed
covered
to
the
stuff it
Scarborough
up, boys. Bit more talk needed. Stormy's coming through using his bulk and his weight.
Still playing
Over to
there.
Paul Hillstone, who'll run in and kick the easiest of goals for Scarborough. I hope he kicked the easiest of
I
goals.
think he has.
He's put it through, and that puts Scarborough to 8 goals, 3. 51 to 7-1, 43.
Yes, loose
and
check.
we're into 44 seconds, and I think that could be the end of the quarter.
Loose checking there by the university back. There was players, or it might have been midfielders. I didn't notice exactly who kicked that goal, but
He did drift down, didn't he? From,
Well, that's
from
one of
the
that's one of the
midfield.
benefits of the zone situation when you kick out is that as University did then flooded one side, the ball comes to ground. All of a sudden, the ball kicked back into the zone, and there's Scarborough players to burn. So we've got 19 seconds. We'll get the
special
bounce
comments
down.
from the super coach then.
Absolutely. We might only just see the bounce. A late goal to Scarborough, which sees them draw away to a 7-point lead. An 8-point
Scarborough out
lead,
of the
in fact.
game.
They've got one
Done by
more
Sponge.
chance here,
Kick
though.
Forward. If they mark this, there's a chance. Ball's come
Ball's
to
in
ground.
dispute.
And
Kicked
I
out
think
by University.
will clear it through, and that'll be the end of the second quarter.
You'd expect so, but the umpires are letting the game go on. There it is. There's the siren. There it is. To bring the second quarter to a conclusion here at Leederville, which sees Scarborough 8 goals 3, 51, leading University 7 goals 1, 43. Scarborough had a lead in the first quarter of about two goals, 2 and a bit. University fought it back and managed to get in front, and a couple of late, very good goals for Scarborough see them turn with their noses in front by 8 points.
Best players for University in that first half, Brownie?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. I think Mark Ryder's picking up a lot of possession across the midfield and using the ball well. Andrew Smith's performance in the ruck to really nullify Jonesy. I don't think Jonesy was as prominent in that quarter as he was
Correct.
in the first. Probably that'll be about it for you. Other than that, they're all chipping in. Bam Bam across half-back has done good things. Jack Cleary always 100% at the ball, and 3 efforts in that last 2 minutes down there, which really tied it up. It was fabulous play by Jack.
And your thoughts on some better players for Scarborough, Tim?
Well, I think Jonesy's been a standout.
No doubt.
And especially rucking against Dr. Bob Bucat and Smithy, but also Matt Sevier running off the half-back line.
A very good first quarter from Matt.
And I thought Daniel Baines did well. Got 5 or 6 kicks in that quarter from coming off the bench. As we sign off and go and enjoy the
Second
Amberley
bottle.
Estate as the boys get into the second bottle at the 1999 A Reserve Grand Final.
Welcome back to the second half of the 1999 A Reserve Grand Final at Leederville Oval. Starting proceedings with Scarborough with an 8-point advantage.
On the bench we have Bob Bucat, it looks like, and Andrew Parker. And good news for university supporters, Paul Ottaviano's made a full recovery, and he's sitting down there just having a bit of a look at the stage.
And on the bench for Scarborough, we've got Jay Boffey, Skinny Randell, and I can't pick up the third one.
Ball bounced down in the middle. Again, the disputed middle of the oval. Scarborough players knock it forward. Comes out to the university player directly in front, kicking to the TAFE end of the ground, and appears to be wanting to go back and have a shot.
He'll have a shot. If he's anywhere other than further than 60 out, he'll have a shot. You know that, Robert.
It's true. He does fancy himself, and I fancy him too. I suspect he will get the distance, purely a matter of accuracy.
He's a thumping kick, I might add.
He is. Lovely golfer, plays off about scratch. Comes in, very deliberate, on 50 exactly, gets the ball high, doesn't quite have the distance, and offhand.
By Jones again.
His opposition there just ruining his day for him. Jonesy just letting it go through.
Sees it go through for a minor score to the university side.
John Perryman, the potential new president at Scarborough Footy Club next year for the new millennium.
Big rap there on young John.
It'll be an interesting to see how he goes. We've called him the Keating of Scarborough, being the world's worst treasurer. He's undecided where to kick out.
I
Or else
suspect
he
he'll
needs to go to the toilet, I'm not sure which.
Kicks out wide. An interesting option to a 2-on-1 contest.
Well
Sees the
done.
Scarborough player under some pressure. Simon Warbow has the ball, kicks it back to Smith, or handballs it back to Simpson rather, who goes to the top of the square, disciplined play, but the ball across the back and he's through. The
Still in
umpire's
play?
patting
No.
himself, he's patting himself, he's playing with himself, and he demands that he will give a score, and it's through for a fourth behind, the second of the quarter, to University.
University with new intensity, bring in their last couple of minutes, and they look fired up really for a real solid dip at this in the second half.
Both sides keen to get a break. There hasn't been a big break other than a 3-goal lead to Scarborough. It's been a tight contest all day.
Perriman kicks long, and young, who was that, Greg, one of the Gordons, jumping in the front there.
He's off.
Doc Murdoch on that left foot comes through. Scarborough got a
Lovely
bit of a
kick.
run on here with
they've
Pearce
exposed
marking it over.
University here.
Bouncing
Running
down
through.
the outer flank, an unusual bouncing technique.
Glenn
Gathers the ball
Perriman.
though and chips forward to the centre-half forward position.
Chris Rule gets up and takes a great mark.
Yeah, so I'll give him that one. It was
Mark
a
of the
fine
day.
He's only a young fella, Chris Rule, but he's kicked forward. He played in their last year's A-grade grand final.
An interesting use of the ball, goes very deep into the pocket. Perhaps
Breeze
didn't fancy himself with the distance.
Breeze might favour him here, kicking right. Is he right footer, is he, Tim?
He is a right footer. He's normally a pretty good shot for goal, the great man, Roger Fitzpatrick.
He's kicked a couple in the first quarter and did cause University some problems. Comes in deliberately.
Oh,
Looks
I tell
like
you what.
looks like an interesting kick all
I think
round.
that's
That might have
drifted
just
through.
straightened up
Oh, no.
through for a behind.
The wind played havoc with it in its latter trajectory. It's, wind-
Better get those words in now, Robbo, because after that next bottle of Merlot goes.
Yeah, it looked like a goal for all money, but all points this start of the second half. All
Digby
goals
short.
early. Digby short
Bringing it
comes
back
in,
into play.
drills it long, a little high.
Didn't quite get onto that.
Might favour Andrew Smith, but no, Scarborough there in numbers and
Back-
take the mark.
Roger Fitzpatrick again has taken it out. Big Stormy being helpful as ever, giving him the ball back. Stormy's given him the short option.
Very interesting kicking out procedure. I think both sides using the man-on-man procedure rather than the huddle.
I don't think I've seen a short kick from goals all day today. Fitzpatrick drives it long and high. John Cleary under the ball, safe as ever, takes the uncontested mark. Handballs across, not allowed to by the umpire.
Once
He's gonna
again,
call
the
it back.
umpires
No
wanting
one on the
to
man
let
on
us
the
know they're
mark.
out there.
Might come out to hand. Looks to, decides against it.
Probably should have done, would you have thought, Robbo?
Probably should have. Now up to the short handball to Hayes. Hayes, a chip across to the benefit of nobody in particular, which sees the Scarborough player come in,
Good
knocks the
umpiring to
ball
let
out,
it go.
only to the benefit of Gordon from
On
University.
the right foot, his non-preferred foot.
Oh, poor attempt to
Dave
mark from
Coleman should have
Scarborough.
held
Sees
on to that.
University get in.
Oh, no,
Wybrow,
tell you what.
beautiful. Across to University's player and Andrew Smith, the rover.
On the
Roving ruckman chips down to the forward line.
Well done by John Perry
Rye
there to
Shepherd
spoil
coming
that.
through.
Doc
And-
Murdoch sockers it through, and Scarborough got the bit of a break here. Shepherd there from Perryman.
Oh,
followed up.
Simon Wybrow intercepts. The Scarborough player thought he had more time than he actually did. Held his kick back a little too long, and the University coach Simon Wybrow able to force the boundary throw in.
Leading from the front, isn't he, at this stage of this quarter?
He is and needs to too. Thrown in. Jones again, first hands on the ball. Very scrambly. Wybrow bottom of the pack, forcing the ball through.
Paul
Scarborough
Millstone
get the
picks
kick
it
away
out.
though. Only off hands. Off
Out of
hands.
bounds,
So we'll see another throw in under the commentary position.
Anthony Hayes, the general there, number one.
Experienced player. We'll be looking to lead the players in the second half.
Throw in centre wing, right in the middle of the interchange area. Graham Jones up against Smithy. And Seamus has paid a kick
Oh.
towards
Well, I
Smithy
couldn't think of
University.
myself there, Tim. I wouldn't
Nah,
think.
that's bullshit decision.
Interesting. University player called on.
It is very rare that I can work out
Touch
any
ball
of the
by
decisions in the
University.
rough knock.
Kick
Disciplined
forward.
play there by Peter.
Gordon.
with Tate. He tried up.
That is the ultimate tackle.
Perfect
I don't
tackle.
think he had a
There is
chance there.
nothing poor old Digby Short could do there once they got hold of your arm.
Nor young senior Gordo, and the Scarborough player rightly deserving of the free kick. Undecided
Daniel
though.
Baines not sure which way to go. Nothing much
I'd like to
offering
see
from
him go
Scarborough.
further back. He's only got short options now. Kick short,
A good kick too.
had to be precise and was.
Well done then by Darren Kirkwood to run into space. Fitzy's calling for the ball long. Stormy's just calling. Fitzy has been headed that way. Well done there by number 16 from University.
And just chipped away by Mark Ryder, a very dour defender. Happy to see the ball scramble across the boundary line for a throw-in.
Tim, you can feel the intensity out there. The boys know this is a critical part of the game and they're in at it hard.
Very much so. Still 7-point lead to Scarborough, 8-4-52 to 7-3-45.
The vital third quarter. Bam Bam up in the ruck for University. Down to the Scarborough player though,
Young
and chip
Kane
forward to their
Gillespie.
full forward.
Oh, good spoil, Red Wheeler.
Great roving there by Dino Gracianis.
No one there.
And Big Stormy has stepped up and slotted another one through for Scarborough.
Yeah, and that takes Scarborough out to a 13-point lead at University in about the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. And I'm going to silence there for Uni. I think they really need to get the next one to stem this flow.
Well, that
They
was
do,
good play there by the fullback in Andrew Wheeler to bring the ball to spoil Maxi Gascoigne, but University had no one on the ground.
Numbers were certainly with Scarborough, and as a result, as we've seen early on in the game as well, it seems to be repeating itself.
And Dino
Sharp
Gracianis
goals.
as a half-forward midfielder at the fall of the ball, fed it out to Big Stormy, and Stormy is a good shot for goal. So,
Scarborough
done
really
there.
taking it up to University in the early part of the third quarter. And let's see how they respond. Ball back with the umpire. Ruckman to go at it. Jones versus Smith. A good bounce. Favours Jones slightly. Double-handed punch down to his player.
Oh,
Unable to
great
get his
tackle,
kick
Timmy.
away by Timmy Tutorone and penalised. Interestingly, which will see Timmy Tutorone race back and kick to the centre-half forward position. Goes
Done
short
it right
though.
to Mark Ryder, who's drifted up from the half-back flank. Good
Wheels
play by
onto his
Ryder.
left.
Drives it long now. Long into the heart of goals. Up with Bryce Shepherd. Look at Erkdog. The skills of Erkdog. This will be a goal for sure.
I think he's missed.
It would have been a goal for sure, Brown, if it hadn't have gone on the other side of the post. But he should have done better with it, shouldn't he?
He did well to break the tackle, gather the ball initially, then break the tackle. In the end, had a bit more time than he first thought, and just hurried the kick.
Which is not really his fault, is it? It's up to the guys around him to
More
let him
talk.
know where he's at.
More
So,
I'm with you, Tim. I mean, he's a wonderfully skilled player, Erkdog.
Short kick in by Scarborough.
that's the old switch around play we use, or we've just actually started using since then, where the fullback goes out and the designated kicker kicks it to him.
Good spoil by University. Ball in contest here. Mark Foster wraps up the Scarborough player.
Jonesy on the ground again. Great pick up from Glenn Herman.
Great
Forces it
tackle, Greg
forward.
Gordon.
Greg Gordon forced that player to just knock it out of bounds. They had the run on there, Scarborough, and very well done by Greg Gordon.
Actually, Greg's played a fairly good game today. Obviously, a little bit of disappointment last year not being included. This year he's playing a wonderful game. Fierce at it.
Responded very well. Ball in on the outer flank. University knocking the ball only to the advantage of Scarborough though, and it comes into the
Young
midfield.
Sponge kicks it in the centre. Daniel Baines has got that. Good work there. Played off. Simpson should have done a bit better. Unlucky there. Big Stormy's in front here, and Stormy takes the mark. Oh, and cops a knee for his trouble.
I don't think there was much in that.
You think he was just unfortunate that he fell over? Kicks out. Maxi Gascoigne loves him like that. He's a good leading full forward, and that's a great kick there by Stormy. So Maxi Gascoigne, we have been playing nearly 10 minutes into this third quarter, and Neil Gascoigne is kicking to put Scarborough further in front.
Current lead of 2 goals. This will extend it to the biggest margin of the game, back to what we had in the second quarter, early on, early on in the first quarter, which was a 3-goal lead to Scarborough. Comes in deliberately from about 25 metres out.
I think that looks...
It doesn't look that good off the boot again, but he
doesn't
No,
like
I don't think the
No.
players like it there, Tim.
That breeze, I think, to factor down that end, Brownie.
Yes. Well, you've been kicking with what? Is it a 6-goal breeze now, mate?
No, I think it's 6 goals this quarter, no doubt. And you
This
can
is
see
interesting. Interesting, University, you don't have a player to kick the ball in, so Mark Ryder just scurries back from the midfield, and he's a lovely kick, and let's hope he gathers his breath to put the ball back into play.
Scarborough employing the zone here. Ryder goes short, finds hand marks about halfway between fullback and centre half back, drives out towards the wing. He's got Smith out there, but Scarborough got front position.
Scarborough
Pick
both
up the
gone to
ball.
ground.
Good play, drops the handball out. Gordon again, kicks up long.
Scarborough player injured there too. I think it's Mark Pearce.
Jolsey's dropped that, but he's quickly back onto it.
Matt Sevier well
Couldn't keep his
recovered
feet,
well.
though.
Great vision there to go to Big Stormy. Stormy should play on there. He's got all the room in the world.
Stormy's up from where is he? Centre half forward.
Stormy has run down. Stormy was actually the 100-metre champion at his high school in his leaving year.
What, in his weight division?
It's just unfortunate that Stormy's carrying a bit of weight at
He
this
chips
stage.
it forward to the half-forward line, and it stacks on the mill for another bounce down. I'd like to see Gilesy back to full forward, and maybe Shepherd come up onto the centre half-forward line. Just add a bit of mobility and maybe put Gilesy back there for the big one-on-one grab.
I'm in agreement.
Jonesy times it well again over to Roger Fitzpatrick. Left-handed handball to Jonesy again. The ball may...
Squeezes
No,
one out, but it's out on the full, I
a
think.
good tackle there. And it's gone out
Always
of bounds.
hard to get that small kick away under pressure without keeping the ball down low, and he sees it
Ryder
out of
again.
bounds.
Ryder again, drives it long. It's up towards the wing.
Smith again.
Smith.
Down to Bam Bam.
Wonderful.
Bends one tackle. Looks for someone, but only gets to handball it to a group of Uni or
Matty
Scarborough
Sevill
players.
running through again. Arches his back. That's a skill he's got. He just arches his back and they struggle to get hold of him.
Ryder.
Long pants Ryder does a great
Numbers
handball
with
over.
University. Onto Gordon Senior. Has a
Again.
bit of time here. Shepherded by
On the right.
Bam Bam and sees the player, but unable to get it to Smith. Although the ball is still in contest. University unable to pick it up, and Scarborough look like they might clear again. A
Well
handball
done
into
there
the
by
middle.
Piers, recovered from an ankle injury, I think it was, over to Hillstone. Hillstone does a wobbly punt.
Well done, Jack.
someone
John
cleaned
Cleary,
up.
well
Good
done.
umpire has let it play on.
Worked very hard to the contest. Sees the handball over. Tim Tudor-Owen picks it up on the bounce.
I think Cleary's hurt there, Robbo.
Yes,
He's,
a bit of a hip
holding
injury.
himself.
Simpson gets into the front of the possession.
Oh, the
and gets the
elbow.
ball. Lucky not to have it reversed. Drives it long to Ryan Shepherd on a lead. In front. Gets a small push, not paid by the umpire, and Scarborough clear.
Amazing to see an elbow like that get missed by the umpire. Well, not amazing, it's regular that it gets
It's
missed by the
expected,
umpire.
really.
It's expected, no.
Now, the Scarborough backs are just putting a lot of pressure on the forwards of the University. There's a couple of good markers down there, Giles and Ryan Shepherd, but just haven't been able to get a clean grab at the ball.
Oh, well done there. Roger Fitzpatrick has a bounce.
He's free.
Has another bounce. He's
University
using his
of
pace,
Chasing,
the old
but he's
man.
had three already.
He's on the left foot, normally a pretty good kick. Maxi Gascoigne's Daniel, he's been put down after play, and Fitzy would be one of the best actors you'll see, has taken it for all it's worth, and Scarborough get the relay kick to probably one of the most dangerous kicks in the club. Great team play there by Daniel Baines, and he's kicked it over to the roof cut, the Dino Gracianis.
Right, ominous sign, Tibby. Yeah, I think they need to really tighten up in the back line, man on man. They seem to be winning the ball, breaking down across half forward, and perhaps a little bit more run from their centre and midfielders could see a couple of attempts at goal.
It's a little bit of frustration creeping, that elbow from Simpson and then the behind the play there. That's an ugly kick from Dino, but it's effective. He snuck that through, and that's his second goal from Dino Gracianis
A
from the
very
half-forward flank.
unusual spinning kick, but effective nevertheless.
This is interesting. Long pants Ryder coming off, is it?
Yep, he paid for that indiscretion, and Andrew Parker, good to see him come back onto the ground, might add a bit of run. With a Scarborough nicking out now to a 3-goal margin, is it?
Well, that's an interesting move. I thought Ryder, especially in that second quarter, was one of the better players.
I suspect
Maybe
just paying
he's
for
coming in to get his shorts taken up round.
No, I think it might be the indiscretion there,
You think
Tim.
so?
Yes.
Yep, that's good coaching from Wybrow to allow that, because he doesn't need that at this stage of the grand final.
Well, it's one game to finish the season, Tim. I mean, a little bit of a disagreement there. I thought, yeah, it was an indiscretion, but
Did
no
not
point
want
taking
someone.
the best player on the ground off.
So this has been great play out of the centre by young Sponge. Kane
Ball
Gillespie
gets past
comes
Gordon.
through. Maxi
Scarborough-
missed it. Dino Graciana swoops on it and puts Scarborough into another goal. That's 3 goals to Dino Gracianis. Great play out of the centre once again by Graham Jones, who's dominating the ruck. And look at the Scarborough players. They are
are
great to
pumped,
see
Tim.
that team play. Even big John Perryman, that's the furthest John Perryman has ever run in his life, has run up from fullback and congratulate Kane Gillespie, known as Sponge, on clearing the ball out of that centre.
Very, very well rode by the young fella. Kicked the goal from a set shot not long before, and then had the fitness and the presence of mind to get to the fall of the ball and pop through Scarborough's. I think that might be their 11th goal. I think the scoreboard might be behind. I suspect that Scarborough now to a 4-goal lead. I might be wrong. Do you
Yes,
think it's-
Rob, I think you are wrong.
Okay, Scarborough to a
I've only
goals,
got...
one.
No, you're right.
A 4-goal lead to Scarborough at the moment.
Jonesy out of the centre again.
Absolutely crucial time here.
Darren
for
Kirkwood's
University.
running off the wing onto the left foot. Lobs it up high. Big Stormy will probably hold his ground. But Bam Bam's there to spoil well. Glenn Herman swoops on the ball. Scarborough are running from everywhere. Maxi Gascoigne, little nudge.
And he's been paid
and
for the
he's
nudge.
been paid. What do you think of that, Robbo?
Well,
Do you think there was anything in it?
as a backman from a long time ago, I'm happy to see those paid, but in the context of the game, perhaps a little lucky to the University player. Young Gordon drives it long down the outer flank, looks for Smith. Smith in front,
Once again, Scarborough everywhere on the
fended
ground.
off by the Scarborough player to a lead. Again, Gordon gets in front, gets his hands on the ball to clear it to University, only as far as Normie, who chips across.
The bounce could kill him here again. Oh, very unlucky by Paul Hillstone.
It's a very interesting point, Tim, just there looking at that. University, strong overhead side, very good usually in a marking contest. That might be why they're lacking a couple of ball getters at ground level. Usually they can be relied upon to take marks like that, but Scarborough putting a lot of pressure on, and obviously the ball's going to ground.
Long kick by Digby Short, looking for Andrew Smith, who's made some ground, gets back to the contest.
Bam Bam this
Bam
time
Bam
on the ground.
feigns the handball, gets himself some time and comes back onto his left, looking forward to Matt Giles, who handballs across,
Two
gets it
hands
back
for
himself, now kicks it across to the vacant flank, which sees Simpson take the mark for the free kick, or both, and he'll go back now. Needs to drive University forward quite quickly. Players running for him. Gets around slightly and
ugly kick and an ugly at Wybrow. Just managed to get his head out of the way before it got knocked
Wybrow
off.
chips into Smith, 50 to 60 metres out from
Smith
goal.
will go long.
They've got some tall timber down there, but Jones is
Look,
back
he's just
for
skulking around down there,
Scarborough.
isn't he, James? He just skulks around in the cross there.
Yeah, they should keep possession here, University. I mean,
drives long,
That's
very
a beautiful
long.
kick. Ball's on the ground. No one's commentating.
Oh, there's a point. We're all watching it.
There's so intense in the game.
We've let this football spoke for itself there for a minute. And Andrew Parker with a chip over on his preferred left foot gets a point for University, and Scarborough through the president-elect to bring it into play again.
John Perryman would still be recuperating from running into the centre to congratulate him. Does well. University a bit slack there with their play. Kirk has done a shocking kick.
Oh, whoa.
Rushing the play. No need to do that at this stage of the game. We've got 7.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
With Ant
and
Hayes,
young Hayes to kick in.
50 to 60 metres out from goal. Drives it long for University to Ryan Shepherd.
There's that man again,
Unable
Graham
to mark
Jones.
the ball, and Graham Jones marks for Scarborough.
Matty Sevier given and Glenn Herman's given options. Kick not quite as sharp as it should have been, but Herman needs to hold his feet.
Professional free kick by Gordon there, I suspect, just to hold the Scarborough player back. He was on his way.
And it's unusual. University should be utilising this breeze. A couple of times they've
Gone short, haven't they?
they've gone short, yeah, but it's disappointing. But Glenn Herman's soaking up the time against the breeze to kick it in for Scarborough.
Bathed in sunshine on the outer half-back flank. Will hug the boundary line, I suspect. Slightly inboard, though. Looking for some tall timber. Bam Bam for Uni, gets it down, only to see it dribble out of bounds in front of young or senior Gordon for another throw-in.
6 minutes 45 left. Scarborough 11 goals, 8-72 to 7-5-47.
Interesting.
That's a good lead at this stage, Brownie.
Yes, I think so, Tim. That is a good lead. Noticing Simon Wybrow talking to the runner there. Might have some changes coming up, I think.
Keep your eye on it, Dogger, and get back to us when you see a move. Ball
Here's
well
Sponge
sharp by
again.
Scarborough.
Spins around like he does on the dance floor at Millington Reserve, and over to the great man, Roger Fitzpatrick, who takes a one-handed mark. Chris Rule's run on for him. Fitzy's done a great kick. Rule's marked it. Well done there by Ham to hold Ruley up there. And they thought he might have had the break.
They had the loose man on. They had one on, and he did do well, forcing the Scarborough player to kick long now.
Chris Rule's just waiting for the options. There's not too much. He's going to have to go long, but unfortunately he's gone short to Kirkwood, who's come off the wing. Kirkwood's run round back onto his right, broken the tackle, and smothered well there by one of the Gordons.
Junior Gordon.
Junior Gordon.
Ball still in play, and picked
Junior
up by his
Gordon
older
follows it
brother,
up well.
Senior. He comes onto his left and goes infield. Touch ball, the umpire's calling. Ball in dispute. Scarborough with the numbers, though. Looking for an option. Comes back to Jones in the middle. Jones will steady it down now and find a man.
Mark Pears kicks in the centre forward. Slips catch there. Thought he might have held it. Good umpiring in the end to ball it up. And great play there across the... Scarborough had the Wallabies would have be proud of that line up there. And they forced the ball forward.
Free kick to University. A bit of action off the play. Tim
Very
Tudor-Owen.
interesting. He's gone out wide to the left footers. They've got Parks and Simpson out here. He drives it long. He's looking for Smith. Smith 2 hands for beginners.
Jonesy's there for him. Look at that play from the big fella. Kicks it inboard with great vision. Two guys there. Matty Sevier's mark. Big Jonesy, he just is getting better and better with age.
I tell you, he covers some ground, Tim.
He does. He's probably the fittest man out there, Brownie. Nearly as fit as you and I.
Scarborough player goes very short.
Undisciplined play by Wybrow. Has hit Shane Bell with everything. Sevier comes in. No need to do that, boys. But that is undisciplined, silly play by the coach of University.
I don't think there was that much in it, was there, Brownie?
I don't think so. But
Definitely worth a 50, but no need to remonstrate. And I suspect that the Scarborough player will go back now in a very short 50. Wouldn't like to be buying my real estate from, is it Seamus, the officiating umpire?
I think that was
His friend.
Lindsay called. Yeah, Lindsay called that one. I'm not sure. Bam Bam's in there helping out the boys. Settle down, guys. There's no need to do that.
Still plenty of football left in this game.
A bit of remonstrating. A big wheel has run up from full back. Is it 39?
Yep.
The big fella.
Oh no, Rye Shepherd.
Rye Shepherd, is it? He's come up just to
Back
let
to
him
the
know.
football now. The Scarborough player to go from 55.
Matty Sevier drives a standard ugly mongrel punt, but it's a
Beats
tricky
everyone.
one. Beats everyone. handballed well there, and
Hey,
University bring
Tim
it out
and
through
Robbo, it'll
Gordon.
be interesting to see if Simon Wybrow imposes the same penalty on himself and perhaps drags himself off the
You think
off
this
the
could
ground.
be a turning point in his coaching career?
Well, it's just interesting. 50 metres, riders off the ground.
Well,
perhaps
yeah,
without
I think Mark
indiscretion.
Ryder's got every reason to be standing at the interchange bench waiting for Wybrow to drag himself.
Normie, very high ball, might benefit Scarborough here. Bam Bam gets the fist to the ball. Scarborough players knock it through.
Oh, well done, Roger Fitzpatrick.
Jack
Great
Cleary.
play.
Jack Cleary looks like, oh no, he hasn't copped one. I thought he might have copped one
Maybe
in
a
the
finger,
midriff.
maybe a finger, I think.
Mark Ryder is pacing up and down the bench, wondering why Wybrow hasn't dragged himself. Very undisciplined play by the coach. If he's going to be out there playing, he needs to play by the team rules.
Dangerous position, 25 metres out from Scarborough's goal. University palm it only as far as the Scarborough player.
I'll tell you what.
Sponge gets onto that left foot.
Behind the stick and through for a point.
So that takes Scarborough to 11 goals, 70,
Something,
what have we got,
9.
73 to 7 at 5, 47. And there's probably just a 2-goal breeze that Scarborough will have in the last quarter, and they need to keep pushing it forward.
Digby Short comes wide, looking for John Cleary. Front of the pack,
Great spoil, Darren
knocked
Kirkwood.
down to the benefit of the University player in Simpson. Gets his handball away, seems Timmy Owen. Across to Rev Wheeler, under pressure, gets
got
his kick
pace.
in. He does get his kick in. Down to Ryan Shepherd.
Two Scarborough players flew there, and that was undisciplined, I thought.
That's
Righto.
good play by University. Handball a bit astray to Parker. Kicks a
Parker
high
quickly.
ball on his left. Scarborough players with numbers. Wybrow from third in line. Wheels now onto his right and drives long, looking for Andrew Smith.
That might be.
Oh, beautiful grab.
That's
They
what-
need this University.
That might have been the changes we were talking about earlier, I think, Grant. I think Simon put Smithy up there at full forward to take those grabs.
Correct. I suspect he's had Ryan Shep to centre-half forward, Smith perhaps the ruckman, and I think Matthew Giles might have been having a bit of time on the bench. I'm not sure if that's right. He does appear to be off the ground. So it's
Bob
Andrew
Bucat
Smith
in the ruck at this stage for
Yes.
University.
wheeling the changes.
He should
Smith,
kick this, Robbo.
from 45, he should. He
He won't kick it like that. That is ugly as we take a quick
We've got
phone
a quick
call,
phone
a
call
quick
in the commentary
update from the other
from the
ground.
MCG.
Hello.
A poor kick by University. Had the opportunity there to drive deep into forward line. A small delay while the ball's returned from the Tafe College, I think.
Use up the time, Dave. Use up the breeze. We've got, we're into the minute and a half to go of this third quarter, with Scarborough 26 points in front at this stage. Dave Coleman goes short to the Freak. The Freak marks it. He's looking at that left foot, looking for options.
Kicks
Stormy
long to the
shouting.
boundary. A lot of players there.
Belly's gone up, recovered from that high hit from Wybrow, and does not know where to go, Mark Ryder.
And a mark to Andrew Parker within the last minute.
1 minute left
1
to play.
minute to go. Andrew Parker centres the ball. Looks for Wybrow or Erskine.
Good play there from Glenn Hermans to spoil.
Back to
Uni
Smith.
got the numbers.
A second chance for Smith.
Smithy's taken on too many, has he?
Gets the handball away. And it's
University
only to the
wasting
benefit of
this
Scarborough.
opportunity. Peasy comes
Scarborough
through to
appear to
Skinny.
have-
Scarborough now got the run. Herman's got a bit of room to move there. And it's all over, which to me was a little bit early. I had 30 seconds to go, which is disappointing from a University point of view, having the breeze and having a...
Well, obviously Scarborough are doing the timekeeping today.
We were waiting for that. It's actually done by the Amateur League.
The end of the third quarter sees Scarborough 11 goals 7, 73, leading University 7 goals 5, 47. Three-quarter time of the 1999 A-Reserve Grand Final. Scarborough with a handy break, Tim. How do you see it leading into the last quarter?
Well, I think Scarborough just really need to keep pushing. University need to work hard, and having Smith up at full forward and Bucat on the ball may be the thing that can turn them around. But with a couple of goal breeze in favour of Scarborough, it's a tough task for University at this stage.
Certainly looks that way, and we'll be back with the final quarter of the Grand Final in just a few moments' time.
Okay.
Welcome back. Start of the fourth and final quarter of the Grand Final. Jones wins the ball down and Scarborough clear yet again, only as far as Bam Bam for University. Lucky to get the mark on the second attempt, but wheels onto his left foot now. Goes short.
Yes, good vision.
Sees
Great
Axe.
vision.
Axe in the middle there. Axe
Oh, that was poor footy. He had two options then.
went to a 2-on-1 position. Doesn't favour University, and Scarborough drive into attack now.
I'll tell you what, Dino Gracianis has stood tall today from Scarborough. He's up from the lower grades last season. He's done well in A reserve this year. Over Sponge again, swoops on the ball, handballs at the Stormy. Stormy should have gone on to his left, gave it to Fitzy. Stormy fighting on the ground, gets it out to Daniel Baines again, snaps a left foot, and unfortunately could not quite bring it back enough.
Opportunist player, that youngster. I've seen him snap a few today, and that was unlucky to go behind the stick from his point of view.
Unfortunately, his brother broke his arm in the prelim last week in our E grade and missing out in the grand final today.
Bam Bam, looking for options, decides to come to the members' wing, long ball, looking for the Ruckman Smith.
Oh, it's nearly a good mark
You
by
could
Jack
just
Cleary.
about pay that there to Glenn Hermans. Look at his recovery though, Brown. He's back onto the ball, spots Dino again.
Bit high, University
drops it
player
down.
with the spoil, and I'd expect it
Daniel
to go out of
Baines
bounds.
again, great shepherd from Skinny Randall. Well
Centres the
done.
ball.
Maxie Gascoigne jumps for
Oh.
it and takes a mandatory mark, and Bam Bam, that's 50. Son, that's not going to help your cause at all.
Not seen by the
Unbelievable.
umpire.
Not much in that.
Unbelievable
Not
that they
much
didn't
in
get that.
A little bit.
Momentum moving forward with both players, I don't think it was.
That's good bias commentary by
Blood
both
rule.
sides there.
I think we've got the blood rule.
What's going on here? That's unfortunate.
Bam Bam in the blood rule.
Blood rule? This is going to waste a bit more time for University, which is going to make it harder to come back from 11.874. Where is can anyone see the blood?
No.
He hasn't come on. Digby Short did not come through the interchange bench.
I
What's
think
the ruling there,
I
Robbo?
think the umpire was requesting to get on with it.
I
so
think he was.
The umpire's
Yeah,
over. Seamus was demanding that the player come directly on, and we see the Scarborough player lining up from about 30 metres out, almost directly in front.
Maxie Gascoigne should kick this. Running in with purpose. Chips at
I
the
think it's
ball.
right.
Chips at the ball, but I think he's gone from the far side of the post.
Never kicked through the ball, did he?
No, he didn't. He needs to go back. He's regularly down at training on his own at Millington on a Monday night, and I thought he would have done a bit better with that.
Looks like a goal kicker.
Interesting, I don't think University used the kick-outs all that well. I mean, kicking to a pack.
Always a bad option.
But
Smith gets the ball out. Normie though, roving.
Big Stormy over on the left foot. He's a left. Glenn Hermans will run in. He's taken a bounce, and he's done a spin turn. He's done everything, and centred the ball to the top of the square. And Roger Fitzpatrick's working hard on it, but University will clear through Hayes.
Through Hayes. Hayes, he uses the ball well normally. Kicks it forward to Axe. Axe unable to mark it on the first attempt. Well recovered though, but sees the ball just floated up for a knock out of bounds by
Oh,
Scarborough.
well done, Paul Hillstone onto the left foot. Sees Daniel Baines. And Scarborough seem to be running in packs, Brownie. The uni boys just don't seem to be getting to the fall of the
they're
ball.
getting numbers at the fall of the ball, no doubt about that, Tim.
Scarborough controlling the ball in this half-forward line, have done for a number of minutes now, which is not good for University. And they'll just set this up into the goal square. Even a punch through from behind will
Well,
be
I
good
think,
for them.
knowing Daniel Baines, I don't think there'll be a punch. It'll be a score of some sort. He's normally a magnificent kick.
It's a thumping kick. It's high. It's off to the right though. Still
At
in
the
play.
back, Roger Fitzpatrick, great mark.
Numbers with Scarborough and a mark
And this
2 or
should,
3 metres out on a bit of an angle, but really a certainty for Scarborough to see them kick away to a 5-goal lead now.
Yeah, it's a difficult stage here, I think, for University. They really have to group together, need a couple of breaks to go their way, kick a couple of goals in the next couple of minutes, otherwise
It's
Scarborough's intensity is going to be too much for them, I think.
but once again, Scarborough had 2-on-1 there, and the poor fullback was left trying to fight two blokes.
Yeah, Bam Bam, looks like Bam Bam's coming back
And that's
on.
great play by Roger Fitzpatrick. Has
And-
kicked it over into the technical school, which will waste a bit more time.
we might see the second ball called for, although the runner there appears to have...
No, they're looking over the... He's gone through the fence.
Oh, there's a gate there.
Great play by the
Yeah,
water boy.
that's modern football. There's
Well
a gate,
done.
and that will see the ball come back.
Well, University should be rushing a second ball out there. They need to get this game going to be able to fight back.
No time on in the A reserves, and that may be the enemy. Scarborough now must be 12 goals 9 to 7 goals 5.
Just noticing too, Grant, that Anthony Hayes looks like he's got the job on young Garcia down there. He's been fairly damaging. For Hayes, a testament, an ornament to the game, really, in his intensity at the player.
Correct.
He seems to be holding it pretty well.
He's been a danger player, but the ball's back in the middle now, and again it's Jones, the old warhorse, up in ruck against
Done
Bam
a
Bam.
marvellous job,
He
really.
has.
If he doesn't win the medal today, there's something wrong. Paul Hillstone gets it out of the centre. Stormy caught behind, but reading the play well, Stormy will tell you. Kicks it through to Darren Kirkwood onto the right boot, chops it over to Chris Rule, dodges round one but forgets to take the ball with him, and University will clear. Will they? No, they're trying to do too much with it. Chris Rule punches it forward. Fitzy, quick hands over to Daniel Baines. Maxi Gascoigne in the square, and once again, and I think the fat lady is standing up, and University A Reserve could be in trouble for the first time, I think, since the A Reserve has come into fruition in the second stage.
A very good goal there. The Scarborough players forced it forward, forcing Uni to over-possess, tried one or two more handballs than was needed.
Noticing too, Tim, a couple of the Scarborough boys think they've got it one already down there. Hugs and kisses going all around.
Well, we're 6 goals up, Brownie, and
Uni have kicked 7
for the game, and we've got a 2-goal breeze. If Uni win from this, this will be the greatest win in the history of football.
It'll be the greatest comeback since Lazarus and
I remember a time. No,
I spoke to a couple of Uni people at half-time, and they're missing Robson running off the half-back flank with elbows flying high.
Passing it to Brown.
And Brown seagulling out in the wing. Dino Grass, unlucky, and that's the story of the day. Scarborough are making their own. Big Stormy's overrun it. No, Hazy's in there fighting hard. Stormy's on his case. Roger has hung Hazy out to dry, as only Roger Fitzpatrick can do.
And that should have been 50.
It deserves more than a free kick, doesn't it? Hazy's got
And he's got 50, even though the ball was handballed back from the University player in an unsportsmanlike manner. The umpire fell for it.
The umpires cannot help themselves. They've just got to be in the play to try to even it up
That's
somehow.
a disgrace. The boys will have a laugh at that at the Scarborough medal count.
I'm sure at the Paddington Ale House that'll be in a hot... In fact, I think that'll probably cost Roger Fitzpatrick a jug.
There we go. A long kick from Digby short.
Good option there from Digby. Jonesy spoils well. Mark Ryder on the ground there.
Read by Mark Ryder across to Bam Bam. Needs to just put his hands on the ball and pick it up. Does so. Sees Foster. Dummies one. Forward high. But umpire says he ducked his head.
Dynamite decision.
And
well, he had the opportunity.
He had an opportunity. He did duck his head, and Scarborough will clear.
Good running there from Dave Coleman to run off his man on the half-back flank. Does the helicopter pass straight down the long shorts. Ryder.
He's held up play well, Ryder. He's done one indiscretion, but he's played well, and he chipped in the middle to Axe.
What do you think, Brownie, about Wybrow? Should he have dragged himself for giving away that 50?
Well, Simon is a wonderful player. I mean, Simon plays in bursts, and last year was instrumental in probably Union's comeback from
a couple of goals down, yes.
So, you know, I think it just was a bad decision to take Ryder off. I think Ryder should have still...
I agree. It was a touch and go, wasn't it, really, up the kicking down?
Scarborough player kicks very unselfishly, rather, into the centre. Ball chopped off by Hand, delivers across to Digby short, and he drives wide out to that man Ryder again, trying his best for the team. Chips it across, well intercepted by number 7.
Good discipline, and that's been the key, I think, today. Is
he's a disciplined player, that number 7.
Number Damien Purcell, known as the Freak.
Percy Purcell.
Well, Tim, I'll have to agree that Scarborough have been front and centre, that followed the ball. They've been taking every opportunity. Jonesy's given them every opportunity, bringing the ball to ground, and they've had the numbers there.
But University never give up.
That's a lovely tackle by Wybrow, forcing the ball forward. He's still going, Wybrow, across to Simpson. It's now Simpson's opportunity, but Scarborough get back in numbers, dive on the ball.
Great tackle by
Purcell.
A goal here.
Hayes might goal here. He's forced to kick under pressure, but he has
what.
put it through for a late goal in the context of the game to University, which sees them move on to 8-5, 53 to Scarborough 13 and a bit 9 to 89.
It's not over yet, but I tell you, it's going to be tough for the
We've got just under 16 minutes. There's, is that Marcelo Rios, the boundary umpire here today?
I must admit, I don't doubt my own sexuality, but I thought he was a very slim, hip young lad when I first saw him struck the ground. But he must be of ethnic origin, because he's got the hair greased back and the ponytail on.
Looking magnificent.
He has. He's done a great job today, as have all the umpires, except, of course, the umpire, Seamus. The over-umpire extraordinaire. Bounces it down.
Jonesy, great tap again to Sponge. Unlucky not to pick that up.
Greg Gordon drives it forward. You are in with a 100 here. They've got to have a bit of a snip. A late goal, a good goal.
Foster to Tim Owen. Tim Owen to Park. Go on your left, son.
Inside, son.
Keeps running, has a bounce, centres, straightens, and goes long.
For a mark here.
And Giles has marked the ball! Or has he not? It's a touch ball, and it's through for a behind.
Giles did everything right then, just unfortunately the ball kicked it straight to a la Percy Jones.
He got the man under the ball, which is the hardest thing. He had the mark to go, but he couldn't quite achieve it.
And Tim, you think this is about Custer's last stand? University's pushing now for to make some headway.
Their last effort.
University
Gotta
need
do
to score a
something
goal very quickly.
Bam Bam.
Great, and that's the desperation by Anthony Randall all day. He's been diving at the bottom of the pack, and fantastic play. And a bit of a scuffle there. I think Bam Bam's a bit fired up. The umpire runs straight in and throws it up to break up the play because he was scared of getting hit, I think.
That would have been Seamus.
Bam Bam's going in hard, but has unfortunately taken out one of his own men and given away a free kick.
Umpire's holding play up here, waiting for the Scarborough player to get up.
You know, you can never miss a chance, though. The umpire runs in the middle of a scuffle to pick up the ball, and if you can get a quick one in, so be it. Roger Fitzpatrick's moved down long from centre half forward, kicks it out to the wing. Darren Kirkwood, great play, disciplined play, runs back onto his right foot, has a look, not a good option.
Jack Cleary again, keeping the ball in front of him, playing a
In
wonderful
front,
game,
he's always
really.
played in front. Mark Ryder again, another possession. Kicks long into the half forward line. Sees the
They're just
Scarborough
bombing
short
it.
timber. They are. They're desperate
They're
now.
just bombing
You
it
expect
forward
that
and
in a
not
grand
getting any
final when you're
result.
behind.
Oh, Wybrow again, get into him, freak. You know,
Just
it's
a
typical of Wybrow. His old man runs around for him like he owns the place.
Just a little bit of an indiscretion there, but no fits. The umpire knew it was just a little bit of a frustration, really. And he called play on to the Scarborough player.
But there's just no need for it at this stage of the game, Rob. If University got any chance, and they need to just keep running.
All energy is directed at the football.
Exactly. Darren
Loose man
Kirkwood
out
alone,
wide.
loose man, Roger Fitzpatrick, all on his own, and ignored. I cannot believe he didn't
Ignored
look
a
at
loose
that.
man and goes long.
Lindsay
Sees the ball
Broadhurst
come
has
down to
taken
Tim
out
Tudor
Glenn Herman.
across to Doug Farron, who touches the ball down and twists and turns and kicks very short. Sees the ball in dispute again. Wybrow at the bottom of the pack, manages to knock it forward to his advantage.
Oh,
Jones again
over
in there
the top.
tackling and stuck on the mill for a ball up just to the University side of centre. How long to go, Tim?
12 minutes 40 to go as
let's do
Seamus
it.
Rafferty is going to bounce the ball down.
Right.
8-6-54 University. Falling behind Scarborough, 13-9-89.
Here's a
Great
chance.
play
Here's a
there
chance,
by Rice
though.
Shepherd.
Simpson gets
Simpson needs
free,
his left.
gets
He's got
onto
the
his
pace.
left and
Yes,
kicks for a
yes,
goal.
that's going for a goal.
Another late goal to University. 9-6-60. Scarborough 13-9-89, and there's a little bit of footy left to go, I think.
That's right, University 5 goals behind but have not given up, and I think if they keep playing, looks like another change, is it?
Bobby Bucat, the
Smith
doctor.
coming back on.
No, it's
No.
the Erkdog coming
Erkdog off,
Smith.
Smith
Yeah,
on.
Smith coming back
Thornton
on.
played very well early, was benched by the coach, and now comes into the forward line,
Yep.
leaving Bam Bam, the blonde-headed wonder boy, in the ruck.
Up against the old custodian Graham Jones, who won back-to-back A reserve fairest and best, and it was fantastic. His speech, though, he said that tremendous, and he's looking forward to taking on the Lawn Bowls next season.
Oh, he'd be up for another season, Tim.
Oh, he'll just keep going. We're looking at putting in a Super Rule side next year, and he could play both Saturday,
Back in the
Sunday.
centre, Jones wins again. It must be his 100th win. Down to Ryder, who I think's been University's best. Working hard to get the ball forward to Tim Tudor-Owen. Ball in contest. University have
Well
got the
done.
ball.
Good play
They've
by-
got it free to Bam Bam. They can't quite get a handle on it.
Comes
But
back. Comes back to
Rice
Rice
Shepherd wants to
Playing
give it off.
Trying to give it off. No one to give it to.
trying to do it all on his own, wasn't he, Rice Shepherd? And Matty Sevier clears, does a little chip pass to Daniel Baines, onto the left foot, drops a 40-metre punt down to Lindsay
Cleary.
Broadhurst, who runs into it. Here's that man, Dino Gracianis again, gets onto it and kicks another goal. That is 4 goals for Dino Gracianis, and that is fantastic football. Down from Matty Sevier across the half-back line. And it's amazed me, John Perryman has run to the centre again.
You'd have
the
to-
man who battles to do a lap of Millington at warm-up
He's
has
done a
run
lot of
twice.
damage, young Gracias.
How many's he kicked?
Well, that's his 4th goal
He's
by
done
my
well.
reckoning.
He's a typical seagull. He's made every poster winner when he's been given the opportunity. He won't mind me calling him a seagull because football needs them. You need the finishers. He is a finisher, and he's really damaged University with 4 goals today.
And just notice you rubbed it in there to young Axe down there. You know, it'll be a tough learning curve for Axe, you know.
He'll be a better footballer because of it.
I hope so.
Well, it's good to see that the Uni A reserves in here after unusual that the A grade and A Colts didn't make the finals this year, so
Axe gets it.
this
forward.
could be the strength of University for future.
Oh,
That's
tough.
a shocking decision.
Very tough on Bam.
Poor old Bam Bam's trying to do everything on his own.
That would have been Seamus again. I hate to harp on it, but geez, I hate him. But anyway, the ball's come forward to Scarborough to take the kick. Just forward of the centre circle rather.
Daniel Baines looking for the options. Bit of movement in Scarborough.
He's gone the
but,
spiral, and he's got
he's
onto
gone
it.
I think he's Warren Dean done the and Lindsay Broadhurst, Maxie on the ground. Rose. Oh, don't tell me! Don't tell me! It's another goal. And it's gone very quiet up here in the commentary box as
certainly
Scarborough celebrate Maxie Gascoigne's first goal of the game.
First goal. He's been very dangerous. The player, most would not have chose the spiral option, but he got onto it, kicked it well, and as a result, Scarborough have done well.
And,
Looks like one of their
a
favourites
change.
has come onto the ground, number 1. Who's he?
Actually, one of their favourites just come off, Sponge, the man who till recently had dreadlocks, has been benched to sit next to his mate Doc Murdoch, and they've done a fantastic year and enjoyed themselves this year at Scarborough.
Scarborough just giving all the players a bit of time on the ground in the last quarter to savour the victory that looks pretty well certain now.
Then on the
University
sidelines,
9-6 to Scarborough 15-9.
unfortunately, Nathan Smith there shaking hands. He broke his ankle in the last game, played A reserves all year, broke his ankle, is now on crutches. Didn't quite come up this week. Glenn Herman's going in hard. Bam Bam's given everything, you know, and he's unfortunately given a bit too much.
That'll be that idiot.
And he's given away 50.
I hate to say it, but it's been
And he's been yellow carded. Poor old Bam Bam. He's going to go and have a rest, and with 8.5 minutes to play, I'm sure the Scarborough crowd will let Bam Bam know that maybe he shouldn't have done that. But, you know, he wears his heart on the front of his jumper, and he's tried his guts out for University today. Roger Fitzpatrick, as only Roger can, giving Bam Bam a serve as he comes off. But I would say, boys, that Bam Bam's just tried hard all day.
He has. He's tried hard. He's new to the club, and you can't blame him for trying everything he can. The game's somewhat beyond doubt, and
he doesn't look like the typical university footballer, though,
I would have done the same.
Tell you what, someone has
And
dogged
the
that.
Scarborough players kicked another goal.
Well, Scarborough obviously...
Glenn Herman has kicked that from 50 metres out, has he? And Scarborough have gone...
It was past 50, I think.
Past 50? I wasn't watching. I was watching
It was a
Bam
lovely
Bam.
goal. It was a lovely goal. And I don't think I've ever seen the camaraderie the Scarborough players are showing until perhaps last year, Dogger, when we won the grand final.
Well, I remember in 1983 with the only Scarborough ever Colt side to win a flag. If
We hate to reminisce, but we shall now.
Or shall we talk about the last 5 grand finals that our A grade have played
And
in?
we're back to the 1998 grand final. It's University versus CBC, and Robson kicks it across. Back to the football.
7.5 minutes to go. Good shepherd there. Oh, no.
Kicked the University.
Kicked the That's it. Seamus must have made a mistake giving Uni a kick like that. But number 39, Ryan Shepherd, will drive it long into the University forward line.
The intensity's gone out of the game now. You can feel that Scarborough... 4+3.
And a good mark there. This guy has done well today, Brownie. Young Skinny Randell, he's tried his heart out, and I look forward to seeing Skinny and Harriet at the club tonight.
Gave him a bit of a rizzing earlier about his weight, but I'll tell you what, he can use it.
He's played well. He has done very well.
That's a good kick too to Paul Hill.
I would have paid the mark there,
most
the numbers.
Bino Gracianis has come down.
Got the numbers.
Digby Short is out there battling along with Jay Boffey with Mark Hand behind, and the ball goes out of bounds for the boundary umpire to throw it in. 16-9-107 to 9-6-60. The Scarborough players will be celebrating tonight, and I'm sure the Uni boys will put in a good effort with a couple of quiet drinks as well.
Win, lose or draw, the Uni boys, they've held
Roger
their head up
Fitzpatrick
high.
and Daniel Baines. Daniel Baines looks and centres the ball to Maxie Gascoigne, who holds strong at the
lovely
front.
mark.
And those big hands that normally pick up blocks of limestone and clamped onto the ball, and Maxie will have a shot straight in front from about 40 metres.
Yes, Tim, I think University haven't done a bad job today. I think they've just been a bit outclassed. They're disciplined by Scarborough for all the ball stuff. They had a dominant ruckman in Jonesy who's been delivering the ball. Backline's played well.
And many
That's a
runners.
better kick from Maxie Gascoigne.
That's his second.
That's his second goal.
He's in the full forward. He's done well. He's
He
got
is
some
the
late
full
goals.
Well, Maxie played a lot of A-grade footy. He came over once again a Victorian, but has come back from a knee reconstruction.
I think what Uni need to do now, they just have to press on.
They need to have
Keep
some
going.
pride. Just keep some pride.
Have
Play
a go.
the ball.
Kick a couple of goals
Yeah.
late.
I mean, fair enough. Scarborough played very well, and they need to bask in the glory of a premiership. There is nothing quite like it in football. It's what we all play the game for, and I'm just hoping to see the last 7 or 8 minutes, 5 perhaps, just play it out in a very sportsmanlike manner. Smith wins the ball
Smith wins
down.
that one. Skinny Randall has to
Taken
get a kick
high.
for that. Hazy
Skinny-
unfortunately slipped over the top.
Skinny by name, and he's played very courageous by nature.
Fat by nature.
Yes, he is. He plays like a fat man, and he drives it long. Look
He's
at
got
that.
under that a bit.
Lovely
It's gone to
kick.
centre forward, and Roger Fitzpatrick brings the ball to ground once again. Bino Gracianis right at the full of the ball. Kirk has walked out of the pack and brings it down, but unfortunately it is faded to the far side of the post for 1 point.
Well, it's time to uni now to take stock. Have a look at the players out there that are...
Think about the Millennium season, perhaps. The ball's kicked in. The intensity's gone out.
It has, yes. It's disappeared. Andrew Parker marks that in the back pocket.
We want to see some good old-fashioned
Want to see a couple
football.
of good
couple of
hangs.
There's one.
Oh,
Johnny
well.
Cleary. He marked it well. Hands the ball off to Digby Short, who kicks very short.
Paul
but only
Hillstone
finds
marks for
number
Scarborough.
22.
Look at Darren Kirkwood in the centre. If the switch is on, switch should be there.
He's tried hard
Big
all day.
Stormy's come back on. Chris Rule's come off. Gilly's gone for a torpedo. It's ended up being just an ugly mongrel.
Smallest man on the
Fitzpatrick
field,
there.
Hazy contest. He's going all day. He gets the
Should have
ball
got a
out.
kick there, I think. Roger might have held on to the tackle a bit long.
University should clear here. They've got
Oh,
the numbers.
Kirkers just turns his man inside out with his bum.
And he's held it up. He's held it up. He's done well, the Scarborough player, to force a boundary throw, a ball up. And any forcing of the ball up at this time of the game's good. You can savour it.
And you can have a
Umpire
drink of
bounces
red
it
as well.
down.
17-9, 114 to 9-6-60. Scarborough win their first ever A-reserve flag
Gordon
after
to
University
Parker.
have dominated for the last few years.
Parker chips it across to Gordon. A long handball to Doug Farron. Fokker turns his player inside out. Plenty of time now and goes short to Simpson, who doesn't take the
could have
mark.
got a kick.
He should have got a kick for pushing the back and see.
Belly
Doc
clears
Murdoch.
well, and Scarborough got two players out there, both raffling it. Kirkers had
Tell
it.
you what, they're arrogant now.
Shepherd
They
there
just put
from
it on
the
the
free.
ground.
Plenty of time.
Kirkers is making a late charge, I
Oh,
think.
lovely leap there from hand.
Someone's come down, which is disappointing.
Just a corky. He'll be
Just-
right.
He'll be right. Just
He'll
a
be
cork
right.
in the kidney. He'll be pissing blood all night. You get that. There's Jay, the physio, running out there with a shocking running style. We need to do something about that for next year.
Doc Murdoch.
Look at the doc.
Oh, he's stressed out. Doc Murdoch. He wants a kick. Can't quite get it. University players dive on, and I suspect we'll see a ball up here. Still free though.
It's free.
Wybrow. Tim Tudor on. Breaks one.
Oh,
Breaks two.
great
On the
play.
left, drives it long, finds up there, looking for Simpson. Oh, he's nearly good enough to take
John
it.
Perryman sees the ball
And
over
you
the
see the
boundary
ball
line.
over the
With it, that was a very nice little tumble there from JP.
Down defender.
And we have got the 2.5 minutes to go of the 1999 A-reserve grand final, and Scarborough have got it in the bag.
Yeah, he's proving too strong for uni today.
And the kids are streaming in the foreground. Put that girl down, Brownie. Dave Coleman clears out. Skinny Randall again is taking a great
That's a
mark.
lovely
He
diving
throws
mark.
himself around
Pushed
the field.
himself back into the pack and did very well to get in front of his players. Takes his time now.
Matty
Basks in the glory.
Sevia's run off from the centre. That's a great kick from Skinny. Runs into Sieve. Sieve will run down and have a shot knowing him. There's that. Oh,
Kicks
that's a
under
pretty
pressure.
good kick for him.
University player falls over. Leaves the Scarborough full forward.
Scarborough got the numbers here if they
Gascoigne
can
can
only
snap
get it
here.
over.
Gascoigne can get it. He's still in play.
There's
Tipped
been
inboard
great support.
by
Heard the
hand.
voice from Daniel Baines. Daniel Baines will dob it from 40 out. No, fades across for another point. Probably Daniel Baines' kicking's let him down a little bit. Normally you would back
Looks like
him
a
from a
good finisher.
position
Looks
like
like
that.
a good finisher.
He's another Ballarat boy, part of the Scarborough-Ballarat connection, like a host club we are for them.
Should have done well, but nevertheless, we'll see University bring it in long, wide, late in the last quarter. Smith, he's marked well all day, hasn't he,
I
Brownie?
would have thought Smith had been on the ground a bit more, Robbo.
He should. I would like to see him play longer. A smart kick to Parker, plenty of time. Pace definitely out of the game now.
That's
and
a poor
kick.
kick from
I think
Parker.
that is reminiscent of the game today. I
Dave
think
Coleman
that
does another
University-
floating ugly one.
University football players have just turned over the ball too many times.
One too many times. Smith, handball, across to Axe. He's been relatively quiet for his first game in the grand
And there's
final.
Matty
for Union.
Sevier also.
And a relatively poor kick,
He's
though.
played on. Should have been holding the ball up.
Poor umpiring from who
Poor,
is it? Seamus again.
Poor old Seamus has got the hiding from Robbo today. Stormy! The big Stormy. He'll be
Marked
doing
well,
splits
Stormy.
tonight as Pearcey drops it down forward. Kirkers
Simon
is running
decides
onto
to
it.
keep his elbow down.
Funny bounce again. And
That's
that's
it.
full-time siren, and Scarborough have won the A-Reserve 1999 Grand Final. Paul Dean, the coach in his first year, being congratulated by the players, and poor old Tony Connors, who did his knee during the week. Paul Dean even had a haircut for the grand final, as did Doc Murdoch running out in the centre.
And congratulations to Scarborough. They performed very well. And just a small word from the commentary box. Tim, the commentator today, long-serving president of the Scarborough Football Club. Well done, Tim, as president of the Scarborough Football Club.
Thank you,
very
Robbo.
long tenure as presidency, 12 years as president. And all the Scarborough fans watching the video today, take your hat off to the Scarborough football side, A-Reserve #1, and 2 to the long-standing president, who's seen the club through a very, very successful period. And that's about it from the university players. Over to Tim, just to finish off.
Just a couple of best players, Tim.
Oh, the best players, I think Graham Jones thoroughly deserves to be best on ground. It was a fantastic effort. Dino Gracianis with 4 goals off the half-forward flank, but just getting to the fore of the ball. I also thought Matty Sevier from centre-half back ran well. Darren Kirkers on the far wing, Mark Pears. You know, there weren't too many passengers for Scarborough today. John Perryman, probably the only passenger, but that's how he goes through life. That's how they taught him at Hale. But the final score, as Neil Judge comes with his PA in his magnificent way, he brings himself across to everyone. Scarborough 17-10, 115, defeated University 9-6-60, and it was a tremendous win, and there'll be big celebrations finishing at midnight, because that's when our licence runs out, and we would never do anything to break the law in that regard. So, handing over, enjoy yourselves for the rest of the afternoon, those watching this video, having the Monday march, and we'll see you University versus Scarborough next year.